We're gonna start off with England then, and on England we have Le Mao Zedong. Uh, his diplomacy seems to be that he is fighting Castile right now. Castile is attacking
Yes.
him.
Yes.
That's
From what I know, Castile is trying to keep France alive, so
that's kind of weird. But whatever works. I imagine he already won a war versus France. His income's not that great, but to be expected of England early game on this mod because he doesn't have an end node. Um,
He went really greedy. Look at his ideas.
Oof, that is very greedy. Why would you be fighting wars on the continent going this idea set? It's a good play,
That's
I think, if he can keep on his island, but going into the continent and exposing yourself with this idea set is very risky. I would just fucking forfeit all of this if you're gonna go this greedy and go full into colonies. You can make, even in the mod, you can make London almost end node. As you can see, even now, very little is leaking, and the more trade power you get from the colonies steering, the less is going to be leaking. So I don't think you have any scaling problems staying on the island if you want to go mega greedy. You just have to make sure they don't land, which they certainly can with straight here. But yeah, going to war with Castile and France on the continent with humanist is a bit silly. Running 112, that's a little weird. You can spend a little more money on them. It's not like you have anything to save money on for right now. I mean, you could be building, but I would be trying to generate more mana. Yeah, you don't even have that many great workshops. He's letting pretenders take over. They have a 3-2. Oh, his is fucking trash. I can see why he's doing that for. Yikes. I don't know. Does that end War of the Roses as well? If the pretenders
yes.
take over,
I think
uh,
it does.
that's
Could be.
probably why he's doing it then. Um, Besides that, I don't. Yeah, he doesn't have a colonist yet, so
Did
he's
he
just.
get did
Yeah.
he get his army on the continent wiped? Because he has shit for troops.
He has 15,000 casualties, so I do imagine that there was, yeah, that there has to be have been something either that, or it was casualties to the rebels. But I don't see why he would be fighting the rebels. I don't think this war is gonna be on the ledger on Skanderbeg because it's under 100,000 casualties. It's not, so I can't really tell.
He
I
barely has a navy.
Yeah, I think he just had one battle and then withdrew. Yeah, the navy is really risky because they can almost beat you, and if they can get another navy in, like maybe Denmark or something, they can or
Actually,
Portugal.
they don't even need that. Spain is going to beat him on navy alone.
You think?
Yeah, Spain has one less heavy than he does, and he's building 4.
Spain's building 4.
What about quality though?
England's building 3, and yeah, I was gonna say England probably has the quality on him. Where do you even check naval quality? Naval morale 2.46. Yeah, I don't think Castile wins the war on the ocean. Plus,
Yeah, no, Castilla no, but he's got France for late reinforcements. And like at
also
this point, it
England
doesn't. At
has
this point, you can just
France
bring.
got truce,
England
huge ass
has England
truce.
has
Oh, he's got
wooden
it.
wall. England has wooden wall as well, which also kicks in here. So I mean, if Castile caught him here, then he could have a favorable battle. But here or in the English Channel, England has a giant advantage because of the wooden wall.
Yeah.
So England just needs to play it safe because I mean he could be fine, but he's kind of playing it risky here for no reason. No army, navy's kind of at risk. I would look to peace out and just get rid of this territory.
I'm pacing out, yeah.
Yeah, you can't really
I'm
hold it.
keeping Normandy.
Well, that's a great deal for you then, because you can't really hold it if they want it. So getting to keep it in a deal is a great deal. As for estates, yeah, it's ran well. I'm not really gonna look at the states when it's players we know that are good on the country, because I don't think they need noob advice. As for long-term potential, I think it's obvious he's gonna play the island, go into colonies, and then punch into Europe when he has strength from the colonies. And
Yeah, the only thing I would probably say is you've got enough army tradition to get nobility in officer corps. which gives you general cost reduction.
Yeah, you usually want to grab that as early as possible because you save a lot of mana long term.
You should probably also say that we worked, so levies or increasing the levies is worth it again.
Yeah, but you should have both of them, and I think general cost is better, especially for England, to be honest.
Yeah, especially early on.
So I would go for general cost, and then later try and kick one of these out and get, well, not the mill power, one of these two out and get the levies as well. Anyway, I would say that's all for England. Not much to say after session one. Somewhat of a recap as to what happened. Do you want to say that, Lamau? Because I didn't really watch Europe.
Yeah, France got a huge ass coalition, and I decked it. Took the land you can see on mainland, plus money and shit. I wish I removed the alliance between Castile, but whatever.
Yeah, that seems to have backfired, but couldn't have expected Castile to win for France, I guess. Variance being oddly wholesome. Let's take a look at France. France, 17 income, not doing too hot. Robespierre, you're breathing into the microphone. Can you move
Oh,
it?
sorry.
No worries. France at 17 income. Not great, but seeing as he fought that war with Burgundy and lost, and then he fought the war with England and the coalition and lost. A lot better than he could be looking, because, yeah, he could be dead by now. Milan is pushing into Savoy, and they seem to be hostile. I don't really know the Diplo here, but just by the borders, it looks like Milan hostile with them. I know Burgundy's hostile with them, and it looks like he's friends with Castile, although they don't have an alliance going right now. But Castile at least doesn't want him dead. I don't know if they're friends or not, which is probably a smart move on the side of Castile, because Castile can't hold all of this and eat into the Maghreb and colonize at the same time. So it's best to keep a weak France here than to let others grow in his place. What else is there to say about France?
Jet kings and
Can he
heirs.
start integrating his vessels? Or
Is he?
So he probably wants to.
yeah,
He didn't integrate any of them, did he?
No, they're
I
all
don't think
alive.
so.
I'm not sure he could with the wars.
Yeah, I just
It might be
That's gonna give him somewhat of a power spike, but I don't see that as a saving grace. Although this France should be able to recover. What's his autonomy like? Not great, not horrible. Yeah, I was expecting it to be worse than 26%. I think I have 30% on Killboy, and I haven't been in a player war. So
all he needs is just some allies, and he can get out of it. Like he's probably gonna get teamed by Milan and Burgundy.
Yeah, I think
But
his issue is
there is potential with allies there, because he has Rothenberg, Switzerland, Venice, and Castile that doesn't want him to die. So I don't think France is in a horrible spot. I'm just trying to figure out how he scales. So in the mod, it looks like France still has to kind of push for Genoa. He could go for English Channel, but
No, lowlands.
yeah,
That's
what I
the
meant.
end node.
That's what I meant. But we'll take a look at Burgundy in a moment and see if that's feasible or not.
Going towards lowlands will get him into
Yeah, I think more likely he will be going into Genoa. But anyway, that's it for France. I'm gonna try and, because we have 41 countries, I'm gonna try and speed through like the ones that are doing like normal stuff, and make this first podcast more like advice for the new players, which we have plenty of. Castile played by Variance, 23 income, had a difficult war
France
with...
doesn't have ideas.
Oh, he's behind on ideas, I didn't see that. Oof.
He's super behind on admin tech.
Yeah, I see that. That's not really a
That was
shock.
Burgundy, I think, in admin. But he's got ideas.
Yeah, Burgundy is not too far ahead, but
Could you check something on France if you can do the estate prestige thing?
yes, you can. So
Okay.
He can, but there are good reasons to keep that slot open, because you can, for example, take the panic loans.
Yeah, but if you can give it and take it back.
they can't. They have too much influence.
Yeah, but that would just be if you would be able to do it.
If you can get bourgeoisie, what's it called, diet, you know, whatever you get and fulfill it, then you would be able to get some prestige. But I'm sure Malcolm knows all about that. Malcolm's a good player, so I didn't really want to look at his estates too much. Castile, 24 income. Think it's the highest we've looked at so far, or was England 25? They're pretty close. No one in Europe is doing too hot. Oh, 27, yeah. No one in Europe is doing too hot on income. Let's see what the overall incomes in the game are.
Yeah, Hungary's doing pretty well.
Hungary is doing amazing.
Monstrous.
England is number 8, so England's not that bad. Castile is number 14, so not horrible. Castile had a pretty painful, well, no, I wouldn't say painful, but harder than normal war with Morocco, because Morocco got a decent buff in this patch. Although I don't think Tunis contributed too much to that war, or at all. I'm pretty sure Morocco called in Shanghai and Mali. They didn't participate at all, and then Morocco died. Normally what you want to do is ally Tunis and fight Castile together, but it looks like Tunis and Castile worked out a deal, which I can't blame them for. It works as well. And that kind of fucked Morocco over. So Tunis has a sweet deal now, and Tunis is doing great, but we'll get to that in a minute. What's his gold mine at? Is it fully dev?
13.
Yes, it is. And he's gonna get the other gold mine next session, I assume, unless he made a deal with Portugal for Portugal to get that, but that would be silly. He has a vessel in Fez. He gave the rest of this shit to Portugal, but I'm pretty sure that Portugal gives it back later because Castile needs it for morale mission, which is where, yeah, this one, 15% morale from this state, so I'm pretty sure Castile gets this back at some point. Yeah, that's about all there is to say about Castile. Kind of rushed through it.
He's gone quantity first.
He's yeah, I think that's smart for Castile because Castile has a lot of already good. Because what does he have as Spain actually? Let's take a look. Because I don't know if the mod changed it or not.
They nerfed the artillery damage pip. The rest is the same, I think.
Let's take a look. I need Tech 10 as well, right?
Yeah.
And for all the new players wondering, yes, this is staying in the save. I'm doing like save edits and buffing Castile because he looks weak. Artillery fire plus 0.75, morale, discipline, and that's about it. That I can see. But yeah, still, I would say quantity is a very good pick because you have to go mill, add or one or the other, and then your next mill is at the fourth idea group. So you have to be very strategic about it, and I think quantity is an excellent pick for Castile or Spain because he's not going to suffer. He's not going to fall behind on quality, and the extra quantity is definitely going to be very helpful. Because if he went for a quality idea group, for more morale, fire, whatever, he would certainly have way better troops than everyone else, but I think he benefits a lot more from having more quantity. And it's definitely not a bad idea group. Force limit 40% is very significant. I would say that's it for Castile. I don't think he's in the New World at all. That would be too soon for that. Portugal.
And
Go ahead.
yeah, no, I was going to say I don't think any European has made it to the New World.
I think
Only
Portugal
Mali.
might have a province somewhere, or where is he
He has
colonizing?
colonies.
Yeah, he has one in Cabo Verde. He's not in the New World yet, though. Mali is in Brazil, though. And
Yeah.
I like that dynamic where the Africans get there first because they kind of need that buff. Because Portugal's definitely going to be stronger. Portugal still has this thing, except it's not. I think in Manila it's 150, right?
No
I think
idea.
still
Oh, idea.
50.
How much is it? Is this vanilla? Is 50 vanilla?
Yeah.
Huh, I thought it's more. Oh, my bad. So yeah, he still has the full buff, and he's definitely going to colonize way quicker than Mali. I don't think he still has reach for Brazil. Just barely. If Mali hadn't oh, maybe not. Yeah,
He's got the Azores, so
he
after
does
that,
he does have reach for this one. So he does have reach for some of them. And after this is done, he's gonna have reach for maybe even the Caribbean. Let's take a look.
I mean, do we even care about Brazil yet?
It's very important what happens here because it'll determine who wins the colonial game, in my opinion, who can grab main stuff here.
But get Caribbean and then
Out
fight
of,
Mali
yeah.
with no navy.
Yeah, he's out of reach still, even with Azores. I don't think they change much because there's trade winds here. So yeah, the Azores don't really give him more reach. I did integrate this, right? Or no?
No. Need to
Did
colonize.
Isn't it the same own core? 1096?
I don't think so.
Weird. Well, I don't know the fucking thing for it. Maybe recall.
You can
No, I'm gonna
you
have to
can
unpause for that. I'm not gonna unpause because then I have to reload the save and all that bullshit. That's
Portugal went cartel noble privileges.
too much. Did you know?
In the government reforms. He went for the tax one.
Makes
that's
sense.
a lot for
I
Portugal.
I don't think it's gonna be a problem for Portugal because he's gonna generate gov reform pretty quickly and be able to swap out of it when he needs it.
Yeah, but the problem is it doesn't really get you much. Like I look at his income. He's got 67%. If he doesn't take it, he gets 52%. He loses 1 ducat, something like that.
Yeah, but you have to think about it. His income is his scaling. The more colonies he can maintain now that he is able to reach the New World, the better he scales. So
But he's going to. It's not
income is
gonna change
everything.
them.
Early game Portugal, I don't think you should care about manpower. I personally think it's the right call.
I think so. Manpower doesn't do anything for him right now. Like
Yeah, because he's defended by Spain, and if Spain turns on him, he's dead anyway. So manpower is kind of irrelevant for him. I think any extra ducat that he can get is very helpful. So yeah, Portugal's looking pretty good. I think he's gonna probably have a very hard time though, because he's gonna have Mali. Unless Mali's not very good, he's gonna have Mali occupying Brazil, probably going into Argentina faster than him. He's gonna have England to compete with because England survived. And I don't know about Burgundy, but yeah, I wouldn't imagine Burgundy going colonial too. So yeah, he's gonna have a lot less free game than we have seen from Portugal's in the past. And I don't know if Portugal can survive that.
Mali
But
doesn't
we'll
have a
see.
fleet, so he should be able to just take those provinces.
Oh, for real? Well, I imagine that's the first thing that's gonna happen next session then, unless Mali starts building ships like immediately. That is
Yeah,
awful.
that's something weird.
We'll
Going colonize.
get to Mali like soon. First we're gonna cycle through Europe and then we're gonna do like a little weird spiral through Africa and then spring off into Asia. So we're gonna do Burgundy next. Burgundy won the first war versus France and he was very happy about it, but then things went south and it looks like he lost any gains he made. I think these are the original borders. Or yeah, these are the original borders. It looks like he vassalized this for a time being, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he vassalized all of this for a time and then he lost it, which is very unfortunate. And now Burgundy's back to his original borders, which are not horrible. If I can point that out, his borders are very good and he still has a lot of ability to grow. He's allied to Austria, which is huge. Fighting Switzerland right now, we'll get to that in a moment, but main thing that Burgundy should focus on, I think, is the English Channel, especially if you're allied to the Emperor. You can have free expansion here before Denmark gets in, before Rothenberg is strong enough to contest you. You should probably consolidate, not English Channel, Lowlands. Oh, it is the English Channel.
yeah, the name is
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the English Channel. You should probably consolidate this so you have yourself an end node before going anywhere else. And the Swiss war is a defensive war. Swiss attacked with Venice, attacked Austria and Burgundy, and it doesn't look like anyone else is involved.
You're showing the numbers, man. That's a bit uncool.
I mean, anybody can
Eh,
check the save, so it's
anyone.
not
Oh,
exactly.
okay. Shit.
yeah.
My bad.
He's not
I
cheating.
don't think I can launch single player with limited ledger anyway, so I don't think I can do anything about it. But yeah, that's happening. Swiss attacked into Austria, which is very ballsy and a very strong move on the part of the Swiss.
Burgundy went offensive ideas.
I think it's because of the siege abilities why anyone would go offensive because
Yeah, but the problem is you don't have quality and you have less quantity than if you picked quantity.
I
he
think
has
it's
this
fine.
and morale. I think it's fine. I would have, as Burgundy, I would have done the same as Variants did in Spain. Honestly, I would have gone quantity because he already has
Yeah, I think
discipline,
quantity was
he
better.
has morale, and he has merc bonuses. So I would have gone quantity myself. But
But those leaders he's gonna get is gonna be huge.
yeah, they're gonna be pretty big. But 40% increase in force limit is a lot bigger. Like let's put it that way. Um, what else is happening in Burgundy? Let's take a look if the war with France is on the war ledger. We can look at that. I'm pretty sure it is. There's only, what, like 2, 4, 6, 7 wars here. Because there were not that many big wars in the first session. Because, no one has that much manpower. But yeah, the Burgundy-France war is the biggest one at 500 and almost 20,000 casualties. Casualties inflicted are pretty even, but on the side of Burgundy, just barely. And let's look at the juicy stuff. No stack wipes, only AI.
Yeah, Burgundy itself is barely hanging on though. It has less than half its force limit.
Yes, Burgundy is struggling, mainly because, I mean, he got a lot of expansion into France, but all of that was taken away. However, France is also weak, so his main issue here is getting outscaled by Denmark and Rothenberg, I think. So I don't know if he wants to invest into this war. It looks like they're already winning. So it's not really a big deal. It's kind of weird that they're fighting in Venice when the two of them are bordering.
Well, I mean, I don't.
But yeah, I can
I
see
think,
why you don't want to push into Switzerland proper.
and there's not really anything to gain from this war for him.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's just fighting it to maintain an ally in Austria, which is good, especially since Nabihov is in Austria, and Nabihov is a very faithful ally most of the time. So good moves on the side of Burgundy, I would say. I don't think there's much else to look at. His power projection is very low. I don't think he can fix that though, because he lost the war to his rival in a lot of land. Yeah, there's nothing to do to fix it. Probably issue embargoes. That would give you some, but not really push you over the 50 margin, so it doesn't really matter. All right, let's look at Switzerland now. The other participant in this war, the other side. They're winning. The war goal is Constance, which is very easy for them to keep. And
You mean to lose? What do you mean?
I don't see how you can take this war goal that easily.
No, I can just walk
There's
them
no
up.
fort.
There is no
Over there.
fort, but still, you have to go pretty deep, like next to a fort. So I don't know. And they're pushing into Venice now, so it looks like Swiss is definitely losing this war. And I mean, it is favored towards Austria Burgundy because Swiss is fairly weak still.
And Swiss is going into that pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
Swiss is death warring this. Who's playing Switzerland? It's Evelyn. Very ballsy move, like I said. It's a move that can win him a lot, but it's also going to kill him if it doesn't go right. And I mean, sometimes you have to make those moves, and it looks like Swiss probably had to make that move because it's boxed in by Rothenberg being very strong, Austria being decently strong, Milan being decently strong. Switzerland kind of had to make a move, and I think this might have been the move to make. If it's gonna work out, I don't think so, but I don't really see what else he could have done.
I mean, honestly,
I think.
Milan looks like the weak border, not.
Milan's
Is it?
got Tunis as an ally, and I, I, I don't know. I imagine he probably would have gone jumped by Burgundy either way, so it might have been even a harder war. And this way he has Venice on his side, which Venice looks pretty decently strong, but not as strong as Austria Burgundy.
Can you check Venice, by the way?
Can I check what?
Venice, did you check it?
No, not yet. We're
Oh, sorry, my bad.
finishing up Switzerland now. I think that's about it for Switzerland. He has a little bit more to go in his loans, so it's not doomed just yet. Because I'm pretty sure like he could survive this if they played it right. It's just not looking very grim from like the power balance side. So we're gonna
He's
look
gone
at
plutocratic first, so I imagine he'll go admin next to keep
if he
stacking those merc bonus.
if he's alive by then. But yeah, plutocratic.
Oh yeah, fair.
I
But,
keep forgetting to check ideas, so thank you for reminding me.
yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, plutocratic is an excellent choice for Swiss because just this alone, because Swiss already has inbuilt merc bonuses, So stacking it on top of it, which gives him like 100% merc manpower, is insane. You can keep mercs throughout the war, and they're probably not going to get out of manpower. And he is using mercs. I was going to look and be very upset if he wasn't using mercs, but he is. So that's good. Let's take a look at Milan.
Yeah, no, Swiss mercs are fantastic.
Milan is played by Jacob the Mighty. He's new to the server. I don't know if he's new to multiplayer. I couldn't say. But he seems to be doing decently. He's allied to LS Luger on Tunis, which is probably a decent alliance. Although I don't know how that's going to work out long term, because I imagine they're both competing for Genoa. And it looks like LS Luger is probably going to get to the juicy parts before Milan does, because it doesn't look like Milan's pushing into Firenze that aggressively, because he could have taken this already and gotten the most of the node, but he hasn't. So I imagine they have some sort of a deal worked out or something. And whatever it is, I would just I would
Yeah.
prioritize grabbing the node over friendships, to be honest. But if you don't really have any other alliance potentials, then it is what it is.
What I would point out is his estate privileges are kind of barren.
Oh yeah, I said I would look at this for new players. So he has all 3 mana bonuses, which is good, but then he's lacking some decently important ones. So you can get easy loyalty, for example, here by giving out Monopoly. Like, you're not gonna lose much. On top of that,
The advisor cost.
you could, yeah, obviously you want the advisor cost running from pretty much day 1. You don't need to stay on 3 stab. You pretty much don't have to stab out throughout the game. Sometimes the events carry you up themselves, unless you're death warring. And yeah, the advisor cost is definitely worth it. You're gonna save a lot of money in the long term. You're spending what is this, like a fifth of your income on advisors right now, and you could reduce that by 30 or not 15%. So
Also, a little note about that. If you give them more privileges, their their loyalty equilibrium will get up, and if you get it above 50%, you will be able to consistently just take money from them and then take land for free.
yeah,
without
but,
having rebellions.
I wasn't. Oh, I guess he's not using it on cooldown. I'd noticed the buttons are grayed out. Yeah, you want to use sell titles and seize land on cooldown. Otherwise, you're not doing it right, because the money does add up, and the lower your crown land is, the more money you gain. So you want to stay around like 10-15%. As long as your autonomy isn't taking up, you want to go as low as possible for more money. And as far as for the estates, you definitely want to give nobility in the officer corps and increase levies. And for the burghers, I would give them patronage of the arts and leave the last spot open for indebted to burghers in case of war. You want to use those loans first before anything else, because they're 1% loans. And advice on alliances: usually Italians ally each other, because you have a natural sort of coexistence with Venice. You two don't really need to compete with each other. So I don't really know if you can help with this war. It's probably way too late, but if Venice does survive, that might be an ally you want to seek out. Although it is Vilgot on the country, so I can imagine you don't really want to talk to him. Is it?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, Tunis is getting his feet on the continent, so
To be honest, I'm being not because I'm Austrian, but at this point, I think he should end Venice. And he's behind on ideas, by the way. I think he's behind on ideas. But isn't he? Is that behind?
He went
Quality.
quality. Um,
I think he really should have waited for his second military idea to take quality. Because it's a very good idea group, but
It's fine.
this early on, it doesn't really pay.
yeah, especially because he doesn't
But-
have any morale in his ideas. He's going to be behind the morale. He has very good ICA now. He has 20%, but he's behind the morale.
He has 5 morale and government type, no?
Does he? yes, he does.
Yes, because he's an Ambrosian Republic.
So
No, quality is fine. Quality is
that's
fine.
something, but yeah, quality is a fine pick.
Sorry, because he's going ideas on Tech 14, not Tech. Not
Yeah,
stuck
quality
in.
is a fine pick. There could have been better ones. I would have gone defensive maybe, but quality is definitely alright. I definitely don't switch out of it at this point. Losing this much mill points on switching is a bad call. But yeah, let's take a look at Venice now. played by Velgot. It doesn't look
One and
like.
only.
What did Venice do? Did Venice do anything this game?
He took Albania.
Was Montenegro his? No, Montenegro was. I'm not really sure what Venice did. He took Albania for some reason. I mean, it is in his node, but I don't think it would have mattered.
Hungary told him to take it, by the way. I don't know. It was like, take it, it's in your state.
Yeah, if he's friends with Hungary, which it does look like he is, that's great. But Hungary doesn't seem to be helping him out now. Yeah, I don't really know what Venice did all game. Doesn't look like he expanded much at all. Got Ferrara as a vassal. Does he have any other vassals in on this?
Didn't he fight Naples? I think he fought Naples.
Didn't Naples die to Tunis though? I don't think he fought Naples.
I can't recall. I think
He didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't think he did much first session. I mean, it's not horrible. He's still 29 income, which is pretty good. But he's in a debt war right now, so we definitely didn't scale as much as he could have. As far as the war goes, it looks like he's probably going to get fucked. He seems to be taking the brunt of this war. I don't think Swiss is going to lose much from this war himself, but Venice definitely is. Venice is not the co-belligerent, so that's a saving grace, and another saving grace is that if Swiss
No, it's a defensive war. They attacked.
Yeah, but he's still not a co-belligerent, so you can still you still can only take like a certain percent from him, But yeah, let's take a look actually how much you can take from him.
Question.
With
How
100%.
You're better off making a border with Burgundy.
Wait, how do you have a co-belligerent with an offensive war? How can you do that?
You can't. Yeah, you could only take 3 provinces from him. It's
But I don't care. I want money.
Check Switzerland.
I proposed to him already money war reps. That's all what I want.
That's a very favorable deal. I would have taken that.
It is because
Especially because he's 7k in debt at this point. So
yeah, he's 7k. He's gonna bankrupt. So even if they lose, if I lose this battle on this fort, I would just take max loans if he wants to fight. But on a side note, that is. But I don't know what the sub did. If he had any instructions, I was cool with Virgo. He just so that's why I'm offering money only.
All right. Next up, we're gonna look at Rothenberg. Tag is
the rotten.
ROT. I didn't press enter. Rothenberg expanded quite a bit in contrast to Venice. He started fairly small with 5 provinces, grew pretty large.
Espionage first. I wonder what part of the HRE penalties made him do that.
Espionage first is not a horrible pick because you can go mill
I mean, he's
second.
got a lot of AI
Yeah, definitely.
and a lot of aggressive expansion. So
And it looks nice. Wait, what does it give you? Unjustified demands and what?
Aggressive expansion.
minus 20% aggressive expansion. It's the old.
Fort
Siege ability. Yeah, it's a pretty good pick. Especially if you're relatively safe and he has morale and ideas. So he's definitely not gonna pay for going mill second. This isn't a greed pick like.
His forts have 40% fort defense. Holy shit, that's gonna be so fucking annoying.
How? Where's the 20?
He's
20
got
from
20% from ideas and 20% from espionage.
Espionage will be for defense.
Nice.
Yeah, this
Bro.
one does. Every single fort he
siege
has gets
ability,
annexed.
Yeah, fort
Oh,
defense is a
shit.
finisher. Nice. And he has nice ideas. Nice.
Oh, this is going to be
it's
such
not-
fucking cancer.
It's not like his fort line is.
Well, it isn't now.
His entire country is 1 fort deep, so it doesn't really matter. But
I mean,
yeah,
I don't see him dying in the next sessions.
Oh,
so.
me neither. Overall, he's doing great. He's got very good scaling potential. He can scale in any direction.
Look at the
he
bright
wants.
side. At least he doesn't have fucking mountains to put those forts in.
Rivaled with Denmark and Switzerland, allied with Sweden. Sweden is allied with Denmark, so I think Denmark rivalry is probably just for PP. I don't think he has any real enemies just yet. He might hit Switzerland just for like an expansion route. But,
He's cocking Denmark.
where?
Denmark can't form Hanover if he takes
No. Oh shit.
the
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, he wants to form
He
Hanover.
already took it though. Like he's gonna take it 100%.
No. I mean, they need to fight for the Hanover formation. Hanover is just fantastic.
Yeah, I see.
Did we change? Do we have Hanover ideas in this game? What
Yeah, we do. And
like in JB, yeah? Like in JB?
I'll show you when we get to Denmark. That's pretty much it for Rothenberg. I don't want to take too long on this country because it's played by a good player.
Denmark?
Denmark played by Enrique, who said that the country is uber weak and needs a buff, and then proceeded to kill Brandenburg like for free.
It wasn't even getting ready for the war. He killed it. It's not like
just
Denmark
like
is making a lot of money.
just like swatted the player like a fucking fly. Yeah, Denmark is making a decent amount of money because taxes are buffed in the mod, so 8.66 in taxes. Also, trade is pretty good. Not a lot is leaking, and his expansion potential looks pretty good. He's gotten pretty much all of Lubeck for himself. I don't think Poland is going to contest him there. And he's allied with Poland and Sweden, and he has pretty much all of this. His main issue is going to be competing with Rothenberg for Hanover, and he kind of needs the Hanover formation for the long term. So they
Is
are
he
going to
going
have to
naval
fight.
Denmark?
Uh,
He's going quality ideas first.
quality. He might be looking to int England. I don't know. I don't think so.
Because quality ideas first is naval.
Yeah, perhaps.
That's a naval pick.
Maybe he could be going naval Denmark and made the deal with Rothenberg. Maybe Rothenberg isn't cucking him at all. Maybe he's just planning on going into England. If he wanted to go into England, now would be the optimal time because the balance of navies in this war is
What's
like
his navy look?
on the edge.
He's got a lot of galleys.
A lot of
Doesn't
galleys
have any
that aren't going to
transport.
help here.
He's not going for
They
England.
help. They have a 50% buff in coastal sea zones, so they're going to be somewhat helpful, but not as strong.
Right.
I think if Denmark joined the England-Castile war, that would tip the balance. I think Castile would win and be able to land. So I don't know if that's what they're going for. It looks like maintenance is raised. They're not mothballed. I don't really know what the plan is. Does he have any CBs on England? No, he doesn't. But yeah, if he was gonna go after England, it would be now. But
Quick question: what do they have bonuses? You just said 50%. What?
50 they have in coastal provinces. They have or coastal seas. They have 50% combat ability.
Inland, you mean?
No,
Coastal?
combat ability. The fucking thing that the bonus they get. No, you have
Galley?
inland. You have inland, and then you have coastal. They have 50% in coastal, 100% in inland. That
Wait,
is,
galleys. Holy shit.
yeah, that
Yes.
is that is a vanilla feature from the dispatch.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, galleys are really fucking strong.
Holy
Well,
fuck.
they're still gonna get wiped by heavies in coastal, especially as the techs take on, because they lose their advantage on heavies like in the later techs. But his 21 galleys and 7 lights are certainly gonna tip the balance now because the balance between England and Castile is already like on a hairline. It's already very very close. So I don't know if that's what's going on. If it is, then Denmark has a very bright future because he also has the North Sea Empire. I think that he can form. He's not forced into Hanover, or was that for Sweden or?
It's English for some reason.
Oh, it's English. I see.
What?
Well,
What?
it's a
Yeah,
formable.
England forms it.
Okay.
All right.
Weird.
That's all we're gonna talk about Denmark. We're gonna take a look at Sweden, played by Kant, right? Yeah, it is.
Cunt.
26 income, very good for Sweden. Most of it coming from trade. Stony is his vessel. Danzig is Polish vessel. He has a majority in Baltics. So yeah, Sweden doing very good on income. I don't think any of his neighbors are as rich. Kant went Pluto first. I think that is the wrong pick.
Why?
Well, Sweden has very good quality. If you go
Yeah.
quantity, you can have as much army as Muscovy and just roll them, or as Uzbek or whoever wins here.
Yeah, but you're kind of
Or
lacking on.
It is not.
if you go quality and stack more ICA, your troops are basically early game Prussians. So either way you go, quality or quantity, you win. Pluto just doesn't give him that much. His morale isn't the problem. Like Swedish troops melt early game, melt other troops that is, and the morale doesn't really help him. I guess land fire damage is helpful, but the rest are just econ bonuses, and he doesn't really need those.
Yeah, but
I
the problem
think-
is
I
what happens
think
if he
with
has
the-
to fight the Polish, for example.
If he has to fight the
he
Polish,
can't. He loses before Tech 8. He can't fight him in any way. No one doesn't matter the idea. But
if you went quality or quantity, could have. I think.
quality maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
But plutocratic is a shit idea. I think
Pluto
it's
is
the
an.
only
I
situation.
think it's an awful pick for Sweden. Honestly, obviously you're way too late to respec out of it now. So try and make the best out of it. And seeing as Muscovy and Uzbek are falling apart, I don't think it'll be too hard to go past this misplay and still scale, because you're getting kind of free shit here. So I don't think Sweden's doomed because of the bad pick, but they definitely could have been better. Besides that, what else is there to say about Sweden?
6 king on mill. Holy shit. How old is he? 40.
He's
Never
40.
mind.
It's a very good king. Sweden, I don't think he had any player wars. Lithuania died to Muscovy, and Sweden just got free shit in the Baltic. So Sweden's been pretty chill. There's not much else to say. Let's take a look at Austria.
Ah, shit. Oh my god.
The Emperor.
Don't look at the gold mines, please.
So we look at the gold mines then.
What?
I've been deving them from time to time without noticing the fucking autonomy shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh, I have. Wait, what do I have had there? What does this give me? Forgot.
57 and Egger is 85.
Yeah, that's why my income is garbage. If you're wondering.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you a tip. There is this button.
Yeah, I know.
This
Oh
new-
wait, it's buffed by the way.
This is buffed in the mod, so that
Oh,
you,
shit, nice.
you should click that button like immediately.
Also, honestly, the moment the Warrens hit decrease autonomy.
Yeah.
How much it text now?
0.75.
No, like
Oh,
overall.
decrease is 25. Oh, with it, I don't know. I think it's gonna take a month to adjust. Or no, yeah.
Oh, is it at 0? Okay, it's been at 0 the whole time then. Sure. Okay. What's my governance reforms at? Or I'm taking autonomy next then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at like
definitely
almost
definitely a good
40%
pick.
average.
The Emperor has his vote secured. Venice is still voting for him.
Yeah, Swiss even he declared the war.
If the two of them swapped, they could take away the emperorship, which is kind of important at this point. So I don't know why they're not doing that. It's 21,000 manpower, 19 force limit. That is insane. That is very big. If they took away the emperorship, that would definitely help switch the ties. And the emperor is 49. So that's a tip for Venice and Switzerland. Vote for someone else. And Nabihov, I would be worried about Nibor, because I played in HRE with Nibor, and it was very painful. He tried to steal my emperorship every fucking turn he got.
Ah, that's fine.
So
To be fair, for the amount of autonomy you have, especially in the gold mines, your income's pretty good.
yeah, his income is very good. It's
Have I devved anything? Can you check if I devved anything?
yes.
Diplo?
Take a look at show my national statistics.
Oh, 43 times.
43
That's right.
times. Besides that, allied with Burgundy, with the
Pope
Pope.
is just for Pope.
Enemies: France, Castile, Poland, Muscovy. Muscovy just for PP, I imagine. Doesn't have an alliance with Hungary. What's your Diplo outside of Burgundy?
I'm friendly with Hungary, more or less. But like, I don't know if he's friendly towards me. And allied called Poland to fighting Ottomans, so I don't know what the fuck's that. But I don't know. I was pretty chill, man. Just eating HRE with Vienna node. But now I guess I'm going into Venice. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is very good for you. Either way it goes, because either Swiss dies and you get some shit here, or Venice dies and you get some shit here, or more likely they both die. Swiss you're probably not going to grow into, and again I would be worried about Rothenberg. I would say that's it for Austria.
I have a state in Brandenburg in case you want to ask about it in Denmark. I'm fine. I'm fine with Denmark, just so you guys know.
Interesting. That was a Diplo vessel, huh?
Because I have a mission that gives me fucking 75% middle morale advisor, which I need to put at level 5, obviously. Yeah.
And it doesn't look like you can Diplo vesselize
Who?
Anyone else in the
No.
HRE, or is that
Oh, it's
because
not.
of the war?
It's not. No, I just conquered it. I just conquered it. Not Diplobus.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I mean,
No, it's not.
free land,
Mhm.
cool shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's,
I would imagine
what's my
that's
dev like? What's my dev like? Like on the great power list, who's like?
368 on the great power list. It's
Wait, I'm
second,
saying okay, never mind.
458. Very
You can't
good,
even be allied to Hungary. Whatever.
very good. Let's take a look at Hungary, and then we'll do Poland. Hungary vultured the Ottomans, as you should do. Very good shit, but he gave Tsarigrad, Constantinople, to the Polish for some reason.
Missions, maybe.
Hungary is played by Risu, so I imagine he knows what he's doing. Still giving this to the Polish is a bit weird. He owns Bulgaria, he owns Montenegro.
He's making a killing in income.
He's the top income in the game, unsurprisingly.
And his gold mines aren't that developed.
Yeah, his
None
gold
of-
income is not as big as you would expect for someone with 2 gold mines. I always forget where the one in Hungary is. Oh, it's
Rigomesh.
yeah, 9 and 8. Yeah, you would expect him to be more depth so he can scale even more. And he's going to integrate these two, which are 76, another 130 dev. So Hungary is looking very strong. He's the top great power in the world. Militarily, 471 morale. He went for defensive ideas, which I think is a good pick for Hungary, because Hungary has a very decent fort line. It's just very wide, but going defensive and giving you... didn't they get defensiveness? What the fuck? Oh yeah, fort
There it
defense,
is.
20.
Yeah.
It's pretty important, because if someone goes offense, they can break into you and split you into pretty quickly, because you're very wide. So defense, good pick. Morale, good. Prestige or army tradition, very good. So
He got a steppe provinces at some point because he's got the Cossacks.
yes, I imagine he must have made a deal with Hungary for
With
that.
Poland.
Or yeah, Poland. My bad. It was probably this one, right? Bessarabia. That's what they usually do. Or not? What the? Am I missing it? He does not own this, ever. I am very weirded out. Is any of this step?
No, it shouldn't be. How the fuck did he get the Cossacks?
It must be
No,
baseline in the mod.
he had Cossacks.
It
Does he have?
it must
Well,
be
he
baseline in the
maybe
mod
so.
then.
No. He maybe took a land and then sold it.
We just looked at that. He never owned this province.
How do you know?
We just looked at the timeline. Look. It goes straight to Poland and it doesn't switch.
Or rip. I think one of Wallachia then is usually in mods there is Cossacks. One of Wallachian provinces. I don't know.
Farmlands, grassland, farmland, farmland.
How.
Weird. Either way, it must be like a baseline thing.
Shouldn't be, but I don't know why it's
I-
made that baseline.
I have no idea. But either way, that
Oh,
would
what?
be it for Hungary.
No, what the fuck? He has things in Crimea.
What? Where?
Check Azov. No, not Azov. The provinces around Azov, Kuvan. No, wait, that's Lithuania, not Hungary. I'm stupid.
Weird. Anyway, his monthly balance is 420. funny number.
Fine,
My God, you
All right,
guys suck.
Poland. Such a funny name, Poland. I like to say Poland. Poland is doing things. I don't think he had a war yet. He's just getting free expansion into Lithuania, which is very good for him. Lithuania again died to Muscovy, and now Muscovy is dying to Uzbek. So all of that translates into a lot of free shit for Poland, which can just grab all of this now. Well, except for the parts that Uzbek
Defensive
already
ideas,
grabbed.
though?
I would not have gone defensive for Poland. He already has cavalry. He has 33. 33%. Does he have? Yeah, he has 33%. He has Cossacks, another 10% when they're loyal, right? So he has 43. I would have probably gone a cav idea. Do we have cav ideas in the map?
No,
Yeah, we
horde
have
are
aristocratic.
aristocratic, but
So
Aristocratic is not that good at making your cav better.
it's 10% and cost. Yeah, I guess it's not great.
fine. That's fine. Manpower is
You
fine.
also get manpower. Maybe not aristocratic. Maybe
I mean,
maybe
quality would be better.
Policies.
maybe quality or offensive would have paired better.
Yeah, quality would have been better at the job.
Yeah, I think quality would have been better.
Me, I would have gone offensive
Either way,
anytime.
defensive is probably a bad pick. Poland,
Especially for Poland, who doesn't really get good forts.
yeah, Poland, by the way, played by Abyss, who clearly can't pick idea groups. Bad player. Just kidding.
That way, it gives army tradition on battle, so maybe that's why.
Yeah. That's like one of the biggest things it does, because you can have 100 army tradition very easily with it.
I wouldn't pick
Defensive isn't like horrible pick. It's just like he could have had better, is what I'm saying. I'm not really calling him a bad player. I was just kidding. Either way, Poland has a lot of scaling potential here, so this country won't be going anywhere unless something catastrophic happens, like he dead towards Hungary for some stupid reason. But which that won't happen because they're allied.
Is that the challenge?
Can we check his income, his trade, his debts, and shit like this?
I don't really want to go through all of that for every country because we have
Oh,
41 on the list.
because he was saying Poland needs a buff, and I don't know, like Krakow was some shit like
He's
this.
making 25 ducats a month. It's not bad.
Yeah, Poland is pretty decent. Plus, he gets a buff next stage. Without army maintenance, he's almost making a profit, and
And his income will
He's
go
running-
will
he's
go
running-
up a decent amount
yeah,
when
he's running
he
his force
integrates.
limit. He can also, I imagine.
He can build.
Yeah,
He's
can.
not. Yeah, that's the thing, dude.
You need to build the tax buildings. This is what people don't understand about this mod. Tax buildings are good, like fucking 29 ducats. If you build that in fucking 40 and 50, that's gonna pay off. Like, do the return on investment calculation, and you're gonna see that's gonna pay off. Usually,
Is he collecting in Baltic?
I don't think he has much in Baltic. Is the
He
thing.
does if he
No,
takes.
he's not.
If he takes Danzig taking 4 ducats. If he takes Danzig's shit, how loyal are Danzig?
It doesn't
Oh.
really matter because you can divert trade and it doesn't penalize you for them being disloyal until you want to integrate them, and he's not integrating them yet. So I would divert trade either way to stop your node from bleeding a little bit. And if you're allied with Austria, or you're not allied with Austria, but Austria doesn't want to get into it, tell him to stop stealing your trade.
Am I seeing his trade?
Oh, you're not. They're just naturally bleeding.
No, it's
That's nice. He also has level 1 centers of trade that he can improve in 3 spots. So, I mean, I think Poland's decent. He's losing money, but, no one's doing great economically in fucking 1471. And with all this expansion, I don't think Poland's going to have too many issues. His only enemy at the moment seems to be Sweden. And Sweden going Pluto is not going to be able to beat him 1 versus 1. So I think Poland's in a pretty safe spot. So that rounds up almost all of Europe. We have one more European left, and that is Muscovy.
Who's not looking great.
Muscovy had, I think, the toughest game except for France that we've looked at so far.
Yeah.
Had to,
Well, there was a moment where in Eastern Asia we just thought he was dead.
Had to death war Lithuania, who had Kegels on it, and now is fighting Messis on Uzbek. So 2 very good players that Muscovy has to deal with, and it's just you hate to see it. It's not very pretty to look at. Muscovy is also played by Pax, who is a very good player, but it's kind of hard to survive this.
I mean, he's gonna go bankrupt in short order.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that he would be surviving this. 33 loans. Yeah, he can't take any more loans unless he unoccupies some land, which... Do I see a pushback happening? I don't think I do. No manpower left. How are the mercs looking? The mercs have some manpower left. They're not looking too hot either.
Yeah, but he's got, less than 2 years worth of money.
I don't know why he went so hard. It looks like he's already... Oh, no, he's not. Uzbek, I didn't look at the cap. So they're pretty evenly matched. I can see why he went hard, actually. Uzbek scaled really hard. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Uzbek scaled really hard. Grew very, very fast. Yeah, very tough war. We'll take a look at how Uzbek is looking now.
I mean, to be fair, at the moment, Uzbek is... wait, where's Uzbek's armies?
Uzbek has
Like,
10 loans, max of 34. Uzbek is definitely not hurting.
yeah, he's not going down.
Yeah, he's not
It's kind of a
hurting
shame
as
because
much.
Uzbek is getting to the part of Russia where Russia can actually win the battles because it's non-flat terrain.
Yes.
But at this point, I don't think he can turn it around.
Here they took the woods fort though, so it's kind of
Mm.
it's kind of fucked. Um, with 2,000 ducats left, losing 144 a month, I don't see this turning around. All, yeah, kind of a painful situation. But Pax did the
Yeah.
best he could, did very well, won versus Giggles, and put up a very good fight versus Messes. So good shit. Let's take a look at the Africans now. Tunis is a tag that everyone's been avoiding like the plague, but is a very decent tag, especially if he cooperates with Morocco and they go into Iberia and Italy together, making 23 ducats, which is more than Castile, I think. Well, we can't really look at it now because I formed Spain, and it's, yeah. But I'm pretty sure Castile, let's check the ledger actually. I think Castile was like a 24 or something, so if nothing else, they're pretty even. Castile is at 23.37, so Castile beats him by 0.20 ducats. Or, yeah, 73. So Castile beats him by 0.20 ducats, which is very good. And Tunis also has ability to go into Western Africa, which I think is relatively weak. So we'll get to that
I mean,
in a
he's
second.
going into Genoa,
Genoa, you mean?
which is going to absolutely explode his income.
Yeah, he already has one center of trade in Genoa. He's going to get Naples soon, and I think he's going to get Rome before Milan does. And he's looking stronger than Milan, and he does not have any competition at all. He has Shanghai, but Shanghai has the cross, and Shanghai doesn't have a mission to colonize these two, which is why I don't think he fired the mission. Which is, yeah. Wait, is this one? I think that's the one. Yeah, so he can fire this mission very easily by building a marketplace here, and that colonizes these two provinces. I don't think he's done that because he doesn't want to expose another flank to possible hostile Africans, and he's focusing on going into Genoa, which is a very smart move. And he is stronger than Milan. Venice is dying, so Tunis has very good potential. On top of it, this isn't his actual income because Tunis can also use raiding, which is an insane amount of money every number of years. I don't know how long. I think it
I
was
think
like
it's
10
15
years,
years.
15. Either way, it's like a ridiculous amount of income. I remember in 1444, if you raid Tyrrhenian Sea, you get like 150 ducats. It's stupid. So yeah, Tunis is looking very nice. As for ideas, I would imagine he went. Okay, he went quantity. I thought he would have gone quality for the galleys, but I don't think he needs. Yeah, I don't think that would have been stupid.
I mean, he
actually.
doesn't have any competition at the
Yeah, he
moment.
doesn't have any competition in the bed, so that would have been stupid. Quantity pretty good. He has ICA and he has morale. So again, if you have those in your national ideas, quantity is probably the best pick. So good decision there. And yeah, Tunis looking very good. I think this is going to be one of the strongest nations after next session. I think he's going to scale really well. Let's take a look at Shanghai. Shanghai at a little more income than Tunis does. He has 11 income from gold. I don't think those are fully dev'd. I don't imagine they would be. Yeah, they're not. So he can get even more out of them. I'm gonna look at the states for these next couple players because I think they're all newish. He looks like he's doing them correctly, except little mistakes like you can put this here. You want to leave the burger one open for indebted to burgers, and for the ulema you can get the morale, because I'm pretty sure in Africa you can constantly have the morale bonus. Or are all the fetishists already dead? It looks like they are. Yeah, maybe he can't get the morale bonus. This is decolonized. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, but he's a mysticism Muslim, so he gets the morale of armies from there.
Ooh, nice. That's very nice.
Oh, and he gets free negative piety, so it's easy to actually stay there.
From ideas?
I don't know where he gets it.
Is it gov reforms? No.
I think you could get it from estate.
Yeah, monthly piety. Huh. That's nice. Yeah, I can see where he's going. He's playing it right then. I'm talking out of my ass, so I'm not going to be looking at these estates.
Yeah, and he's got minus 10% dev cost from the Sunni interaction. So yeah, it's
Yeah, overall looking
That's
pretty decent nation. You know, let's take a look at ideas. He went quantity. He has morale. He has ICA and disc, so quantity probably the best pick. Can he form Sokoto in this mod? I forget. I don't think he can.
create the Sokoto Caliphate. Yes, he can,
Where is it? Oh, is that
but
one?
he needs to kill Mali for it.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that because they're doing like the. Yeah, he's probably gonna be his colonial daddy, and that's probably good for him because that gives him a very strong ally with sort of mutual ambitions, I guess, because they both want to go north and into the rest of Africa. I don't really know how they plan to divide Africa, but I can see why they would both want to go into Iberia. That would be about it. Let's take a look at Mali.
A quick question: is this war still going between Austria and Venice? My save is fucking weird.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Sure, thank you.
The save is in Sunday updates. You can download it from there. Mali went colonial first. He went exploration. He also gets another colonist in his ideas. He has colonial range. So this country is
Mali has more than 50% autonomy. Average.
Ooh, 54%. How did
He's at
that happen?
4% on the crown land.
This country was not at wars or anything. I guess just mismanagement. That can be fixed. I wouldn't say easily. 54% is really awful, but seeing as you're going into colonies, he already has the edicts running. You definitely want it running on your gold mines. You don't want
Yeah,
them.
he needs to go above 10% autonomy.
Maybe he just watched my stream. you never
Crown
know.
land, I mean.
You don't want this edict on your gold mines. You have 2 gold mines, and you want the autonomy reduction on that one above all other provinces. You want to fix your
Yeah, he's taking up autonomy on peace. That's
that is horrible. You want to fix that by fixing your state equilibriums, and then going up. And if you can't fix equilibriums, pop the rebels, have Shanghai kill them or kill them yourselves. They're not usually very big. They're like 4 or 5 stacks. Yeah, 3, 2 stacks. And seeing as you don't have any prosperity anyway, they don't hurt you. So seize, pop the rebels, dev to 10, and you can fix it on the first day of the game. You can dev with whatever you want. You can dev a couple admin, couple mill. You figure out yourself what the best one to use is, and you're above 10, and now your autonomy isn't taking up, I hope. Yes, it's taking down. You want to fix that.
he also needs to accept cultures
as soon as possible. Accept the cultures and fix your estates. Very bad setup.
One thing, one detail. One of the cultures he wants is not one of those that have the most development. He wants Soninke because it's one of that has the gold mine.
Yes, you always want to accept cultures or convert to gold mines. That's very big. Speaking of converting, you also want to religiously convert to gold mines when possible. But seeing as most of your country is fetishist, I would assume that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, and your loyalty influence equilibriums are also messed up. But yeah, so you might want to just keep the dhimmi privilege up. Wait, you don't have it? Jesus, you're in 6% religious unity? What are you doing? Guaranteed dhimmi autonomy. You can't convert them anyway. Your conversion fucking sucks. Give them this. At the month tick, you're going to be at 100% religious unity because this negates it. Right?
Yes.
Yes, so this negates it, and that's going to pretty much improve your nation tenfold because 6% religious unity is awful. Jesus. Yeah, let's move on.
Congo?
Ethiopia, then we'll do Congo and me. Ethiopia also had a no player wars yet. Mamluks died to Ottomans, so Ethiopia gets a lot of free feed here. He has a lot of growth that's unobstructed. His allies are Ottomans and Kilwa. Ottomans are also in the process of dying to Hungary, so there is that. Rival to Yemen, Marathas, and QQ. I imagine Yemen's the only actual enemy. The other two are for PP. Maintaining PP over 50. I like to see the good estates for once.
What do you mean? Look at Hungary. Look at Austria, man. You see good states.
Yeah, whatever. He is converting, and he has very good conversion power. Went for offensive. Probably a decent pick, seeing as he's probably going to be fighting Yemen in the mountains. So the siege ability is going to come in very handy. Although lack of morale might be an issue, because he doesn't have any morale buffs at all. So seeing as you're not going to get any morale buffs until the 4th tech group, that
And
might
his ICA is at the end.
that might be a problem. Although if you kill Yemen and you get all of this, you don't really. Oof, I won't say you won't need it because Shanghai is probably going to end. Tunis is probably going to end, but Ethiopia is still relatively safe just on the base of his economy and how much more he can scale because he gets
Yeah,
all of this
but
for
Yemen
free.
quality will absolutely dumpster Ethiopia.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a problem. But that said, Tunis is going into Italy, so I don't think you have to worry about him. And Yemen has weaker opponents to take on. So if Ethiopia just wants to be isolated until the 4th tech group, he can do that. And I don't think he'll fall terribly behind because he's gonna get a lot of dev here. But yeah, he's gonna have an issue with that.
And he get his holy site from one war against Mamluks, I think. That's gonna be huge. Alexandria.
Alexandria? I don't. Where the fuck is Alexandria? Isn't it this one?
Left to it. Left.
Oh, this one.
Scandaria.
I don't think he can get.
That's
I don't think he can get that in one war. I wouldn't imagine he can.
because that
and I
would be pretty good to get early.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, the two really important bonuses he already has, the will of the 5% discipline and the goods produced.
Yeah, he's gonna
10%.
get the one in Mogadishu though. We made a deal on that, so he already has that one. So
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna be suffering too much. I imagine he's gonna take the coring cost.
I didn't know they changed the sites for it.
All right, let's take a look at Congo then.
Yeah, he's converting one of the Jewish provinces, which makes me sad.
Big F.
Yes.
Congo with 3-star generals in the jungle on an 8 stack. That's nice to see. Just some Africans with spears running around with a Napoleon in their ranks. Congo expanded as you would expect. He has this as a vassal and made a nice border with me. No forts on the border, which is kind of weird. No forts at all. Gold mine, he has one. He hasn't gone for the second one. I would probably, if I was Congo, I probably would have beeline for the. Oh, he has it. My bad. He has it. Second one is dev to 10. The first one is dev to 10. How's the autonomy on them? I didn't check. 0 and 0. Very nice. So his income is getting carried by the gold. 30 income. Estates are set up well-ish. You want to keep the merchant slot open for indebted to burghers, same as I've said to everyone else. You probably want to fill the clergy spot as your fetishist. And if you fight Mali, or if you fight me, or if you fight Ethiopia, you're always fighting heathens. So you want to give clergy the this one, because you get 5% morale when fighting heathens or heretics, and probably get them oversight of the clergy as well to just get their equilibrium up, because it doesn't hurt you. The only downside is absolutism, and you don't care about that. In 1471, for nobility, either this for the general discount or the 14% manpower. I don't really know which one is best. They're both kind of irrelevant. I would guess the manpower is more relevant because you're not going to be recruiting generals for Slacken. And on top of that, I'm pretty sure Slacken has been nerfed It's 10%. I'm pretty sure baseline is 20, right? Yeah, I don't think this is vanilla Slackens. Anyway, he hasn't picked an idea group yet. He's for admin. Africa.
I imagine he used the admin points to expand.
Yeah. For admin. Oof. Okay. You want to keep advisors at all times, especially when you're running an 18 surplus. You're not using this money on anything else. You should be generating as much mana as you can from the get-go. The more mana you can generate throughout the game, the better you're gonna do. So always generate as much mana as possible, especially early game, because you can scale better with the access admin and the dip. And it looks like you have a half-cost advisor on top of it, so it's really hard to see this. It's very hard to see this. So yeah, fix that stuff, please. Take a look at Kilva. I was very worried because I had to AFK for the first 30 minutes of the game, helping everyone with their random bullshit that they had to ask me. So I was very worried that I'm going to get rolled by Ethiopia and Congo, but then I managed to ally Ethiopia and avoid getting ganked, and I'm pretty sure Congo can't win versus me. I have decent scaling potential in Madagascar. Also can go into the lakes, which I am doing. I also have a lot of permaclaims for my missions. And I think I get even more when I push in. I get all of this as well. So
You can also still dev your gold mines a bit.
yes, I haven't really focused on deving them above 10. I have this one still low because I figured my income is fine for now and I didn't want to fall behind on tech too much because of corruption. I kind of try to keep 2 techs below the max one, but yeah, they can still be devved. Affects my income a little bit. I'm 43. I'm pretty sure I'm the second or the third in the world on income. First being Hungary, of course. Of course, that's gonna fall off really quickly because gold, gets okay, I'm third behind Ethiopia and Hungary. Yeah, gold gets surpassed by trade and shit, which I'm not gonna be in production, which I'm not gonna be able to keep up with because my trade goods don't get manufacturers until tech 16 or 14. 14. So I'm gonna be behind for a while there, unless I can expand really quickly, which
I
might.
imagine you're going to go for Zulu.
Yes, I tried to make a deal with Portugal, and Mr. Foe said it's okay for me to grab Cape, although that is very concerning. I don't. I don't.
I mean, if you want to fight Portugal, ally with the Western Africans, and you should be able to fight him.
It's like he's gonna have so much strength from the colonies. It's so painful to fight it. So I was trying to avoid that at every cost, but I do understand if I don't fight him, he's gonna come knocking on my door at some point. So
Well, yeah, but
yeah, I also wanted to
his
check.
growth in the colonies is limited.
I also wanted to check what ideas Zulu has because I never looked actually.
Like we're going to have a lot of people in the new world this season.
Yes. So I'm definitely going to be colonizing all of this. I get a free, not free, but I think it was Tech 10. Let me check. Tech 4.
Oh, so you don't
Or
even need
tech.
to get an idea group.
No, I'm pretty sure there's a decision for colonist at Tech 10. Where the fuck is it?
You need ideas, I think, for investing colonies.
Are
You need the ideas. I'm certain, yeah. I played, I test played, and I had exploration, and then I had the decision.
Fuck, so I might have to go like expansion then.
Wait, isn't this mod
Try to
based-
get the idea, and then pick it, and then leave the idea.
I think it's colonialism. If it's based on the blazing mod.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's an institution.
Oh, it's the institution. Right, right. So when the institution hits in 1500, then I get a free colonist. But
Might be printing press though, but yeah, one of those.
no, it's definitely colonialism. I remember now. So yeah, you get a decision to pay 1,000 ducats for a colonist. I don't know if I want to wait for that. I might just pick expansion either way, which might be very stupid to do, but I don't really know.
You can just get the first do some colonization, then switch until you get the other one.
Let's take a look at Zulu. which is
I don't
probably-
think Portugal has the time to go there, since he's got Mali and me.
Where is the Zulu thing? I keep getting lost. At peace. All right.
Just integrate your enemies. One with them.
What the fuck am I doing?
It's a
Jesus
decision.
Christ, I'm all confused. I feel like Biden. Oh yeah, it also turns me into an empire. That's nice. Construction costs, ICA, morale, shock damage, discipline. Yeah, this is a very good tag. Trade efficiency on top of it. That's nice. Yeah, I like this tag. I'm definitely going to be going for this tag. I mean, I said I would, and the flag is a lot better than we had in Greenskin in the last season. Fucking, what was it? The Russian Principality flag. It was, yeah, it was painful to look at.
Yes,
But
Smolensk.
yeah. Anyway, I had the demeaning thing, and I'm doing what I advised to Congo or to Mali. I had them, and then I revoked it to convert the gold mines. And then I'm gonna give it again because I really only want the gold mines converted, and I don't care about the rest until the manufactories, and I can deal with that at a later point. So Mali should probably do the same. Revoke the privilege, or you don't have it in the first place. So convert the gold mine, get the missionary power somehow, and then give the privilege and just chill until you get the manufactories attack 14, and then you can start converting the rest. It doesn't really matter until then. The rest of my gameplay, I have still like some expansion in Madagascar to do, and Great Lakes, and then I'm probably gonna have to fight Congo. Militarily, I think the country's pretty decent. I went defensive because I like the tradition. I have other bonuses, and I also have morale. I think it's a safe pick for me. Probably would have been better for me to go like quantity, knowing that Zulu has such good military ideas, but I didn't know that, so you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I fucked up. I could always revoke it, and I might do that. But yeah, that's it for Ethiopia. Now we're gonna look at Ottomans, which are played by Forge and are still alive.
Surprisingly enough.
Well, he said that he's gonna keep playing them. At least what I heard. It doesn't look very alive to me. Already a
I
third.
can respect that approach.
Already a third of the way to his loan capacity. Pretty much lost the Balkans. I don't think he can recover there. Struggling to expand back into Anatolia. The thing is, if he makes enough navy to stop his enemies from going into Anatolia, he probably has enough to compete with QQ and push east and make something of himself, but I don't see that happening.
QQ can cut him off really easily.
Yeah, I don't see this Ottoman surviving. He went offensive first. Decent pick for him. Probably would have gone an idea for inting, so like defensive plutocratic, which give morale as a second pick, because right now you're not really getting any benefits from offensive, and I don't think you'll live long enough to get the benefits from it. So that's
I mean, I guess stacking the guns of Urban and the bonus to siege ability means you take forts really fucking fast, but
yeah.
winning the fight is kind of something you have to do on the way.
Yeah, that is true, and I don't think he's gonna be winning many fights. He's still a relatively strong country. It's just I don't
He's
see
got less
surviving.
than 40 force limit.
Yeah,
Is he bankrupt?
he is not bankrupt. The one thing I could see as a recovery for him is that he's allied to Ethiopia, and Ethiopia has a lot of excess money. It's the second richest country in the world. So
Yeah, I mean,
if Ethiopia wanted, it could bankroll the Ottomans to weaken the Middle East, and that probably would have been a decent play for Ethiopia. But I don't think Ethiopia is thinking that far ahead. So I
yeah,
don't see
QQ
that
has
happening.
the same force limit. QQ has the same force limit as the Ottomans, and will absolutely dumpster them on quality.
Yeah.
Did he finish
No, he didn't.
offensive?
He didn't. He
Well,
has
he
3
still
ideas
have
in.
force limit. I think he's fine. He's not that behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
is he heavy on loans? How much how many has?
He has
How many loans?
10 loans, max of 32.
Hmm.
He doesn't have indebted. Oh, he does. I'm blind. All right, let's take a look at Yemen. Try and speed through some of these. I'm getting very tired. Boy. Yemen didn't have any player wars. QQ killed Khorasan. I don't think Yemen expanded into any other player territory. He just took Fars and the rest of Arabia, so not much to say about that.
Needs to get more privileges.
Yeah, needs to get more privileges. Consult the Mali part or the which one was it? Fuck me. Who did we give advice to about privileges? Mali and Congo.
Mali.
Yeah, Mali and
Yeah.
Congo. Go to the Mali and Congo part and look at there, because I don't want to repeat the same thing for every country. Fix your advisors. Definitely. Like, you're not at war. Losing 7 ducats. Lower your maintenance. What are you
Why is
doing?
his economy such a trash fire?
Oh, he's getting rebels. His economy is such a trash fire because it didn't expand into anything worth expanding to. He just got a bunch of worthless shit in Arabia, which probably a good call anyway to cut off Ethiopia, but should have probably expanded into Khorasan some more and gotten some decent provinces here instead of just getting all this useless shit. Uh, he could have grabbed Iraq as well, which is still vassal of Khorasan, so still up for grabs. Like, these are still decent.
Yeah, and he's allied to QQ, so
Yeah, I do imagine QQ cucked him in that deal though, so he's probably going to push into Arabia, and that's not honestly horrible. He's just not going to scale as well because his economy is not going to be that great.
I mean, he needs to go somewhere to make money, so that's either
Yeah.
Ethiopia, India, or Persia. You have to go somewhere.
Yeah. I think he's probably going to go into finish off Arabia and then Egypt. I imagine. I don't, or maybe try and push with QQ to get her into India. I don't know. You have full maintenance, so I thought they were fighting rebels, but the rebels are here. Your army is here. What are you doing? How you want to handle rebels normally is as soon as they're at 50, if you can afford to fight them, just provoke them, provoke all of them, handle them quickly instead of waiting for them to take up, and then lower your maintenance, because while you're waiting for them to take up, you're losing a bunch of money that you could be saving, because if you lower your maintenance, you're making money. And on top of that, even if it causes you to lose money, hire advisors. You want advisors at all times. He has an admin advisor running at level 2, but not dip and mill. I don't know why. Fire this guy, hire level 1 across the board, because that's what you can afford, unless it's a 50% off, or unless you're pushing admin ideas, which you're not. You should be focusing on mill, so if anything, you should be running a 2 mill, 1-1, but not 2 admin.
Also, he should have taken the tax.
He is waiting for institution, which is
Yeah, but he's not developing it.
spreading in Hormuz very quickly. The thing is, Hormuz is only, 7 dev. I thought this would be higher by now. He hasn't deved
Yeah,
his
no,
capital at all.
he should have done it.
It costs you 27 to dev this. Why are you fucking? What are you using your
And
mana
it's
on?
fucking gems.
Yeah, what are you using your mana on? Save your economy. Dev Hormuz. It costs you nothing. Dev up the institution. Dev as much dip as you can here. It's gonna give you some economy, and it's gonna let you embrace the institution quicker. Jesus, fucking gems. You got spices here. You want to start deving the gem provinces, like, especially if it's that cheap. Not the 51s, but damn, fucking 27 for dev and 1471. You want to jump on that shit, especially if you have 1,000 dip on the bank and you're bleeding money. Like, that's gonna help your economy big. Anyway, that's it. QQ. QQ killed Khorasan. This is what happened. I imagine it was dead after one war. It's not a very big country. They usually die after one war. After that, QQ just expanded into it. He also had very safe west because both Ottomans and Mamluks died, which is what you dream of happening when you get a QQ seed. That's like the most ideal thing that can ever happen in your life. So QQ having a game right now. Fucked up estates again. Consult the Mali and Congo parts. Fix your estates. It'll help your country greatly. At least he's using the buttons, which is very big. 5% crown land, not good. I'm gonna imagine his autonomy is also fucked 30%. Awful, seeing as you had one player ward 30 years ago. That should have been fixed by now. You want to have as little autonomy as possible, and that's gained by keeping your crown land about 10%. So let's see what you can do about that. You can dev. You have almost 700 dip in the bank that's doing nothing, And
He's about to farm Persia. He's 1 war away, basically.
does that help him dev at all? I don't think Persia has dev in the missions, so
uh,
or in the
Not,
ideas.
Government interaction. Capital def 15%
You sure?
Oh, right,
from
yeah.
Persia.
It has
Yeah, because it's a
a
feudal
cost.
theocracy.
It has cost on a power cost 5%, some shit like this.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Let's take a look.
You need the whole state to whole capital state.
Well, doesn't his capital state get moved here to Golestan? No, I guess not. Where is his capital? His capital is in Tabriz, and he owns the whole capital state. I guess that doesn't kick in immediately, does it? See his
No,
capital?
yeah, that's one of those buttons.
Yeah, but
The middle one.
he'll probably want to move his capital to Tehran.
Yes, he
Because
definitely
Tabriz
wants
is a mountain.
to move his capital. I would imagine to Iraq, because especially it's low dev, and these provinces are amazing. You have 3 farmland provinces, grassland, and desert is shit, obviously. But you have 3 farmlands, and one of them is Clot. So you want to move your capital to Baghdad.
I wonder if we'll
probably.
see a Zoroastrian Persia.
It's not as strong. The Shirvan monument gives 2.5 discipline, so it's,
Oh, it got nerfed in the mod? Okay.
yes, I don't think it's worth the conversion. Although at this point it won't really hurt you anything because you don't have any prosperity anyway. I don't know what the religious changes for Zoroastrian are, but the Shia isn't that bad. You get morale, and you get
Shia is
more
good.
morale for mysticism. So Shia is pretty good. Let's see if I can.
But I think it's probably stronger than Zoroastrian.
Probably, unless Zoroastrian got like some mega buffs.
I mean,
in the mod.
the thing with Zoroastrian is that you get Zoroastrian and you
is
get
Zoroastrian's not changed at all in the mod. So Zoroastrian is complete garbage because Zoroastrian depends on the monument. If it doesn't have the
Yeah.
monument, it's shit. So don't flip Zoroastrian. Stay Shia or go Sikh if possible.
I mean, Zoroastrian might still be interesting in the old version of the mod where we could take Divan ideas, but we can't here, so we cannot stack fire damage received.
So that's about it for QQ. We're gonna move on and see Uzbek now. Wait, what idea group did he go for? He went aristocratic. Brave. Stunning and brave. That gives him 25% CCA. Like we talked about earlier, I don't think that's worth it, but there's nothing you can do about it now. It's not a bad idea group, it's just like you could have had more. It's definitely not going to kill the nation on its own.
Especially in this mod where you cannot take that many military idea groups, taking one that's not focused on it is kind of a waste.
It's definitely a waste, but I don't think it's going to kill the nation. I think it's kind of safe. Uzbek is looking very scary, but QQ is doing decently compared to his neighbors. Let's take a look at Uzbek. Uzbek won the war versus Muscovy because Muscovy was pretty easy pickings after his death war with Lithuania, although again Muscovy putting up quite a fight. Casualties are pretty even. Uzbek even took more casualties, which is kind of a shocker, but he did take a wood fort, which is always painful as a horde. Uzbek went aristocratic, which isn't a surprise. He also hinted that he might stay horde instead of going Bukhara, so that might be very scary for everyone around. But the big downside is that he only has one estate if he stays horde. If he goes Bukhara, he gets Cossacks though, so he's gonna have very good CCA either way.
Yeah, he also gets away from nomadic culture group.
Yeah. So Bukhara, I think he's gonna go Bukhara. I think that was just me misunderstanding or miming, but either way, Uzbek looking very good. 27.6 income, which is very decent. He doesn't have the gold mine though. There was a misplay because he vassalized Kazan and then conquered the gold mine. And since it's core plus same culture, it always goes to Kazan in the new patch. That's just how the game works. It's not a mod thing and it's not a bug. It's how the game works. So that won't be getting save fixed. But
and Kazan absolutely hates his guts, so he's not integrating that shit anytime soon.
Yes.
You can siege it, can it?
So
Just take it.
that is very painful. Well, he's his vessel, so he's probably gonna have to abandon the vessel and then take it. I imagine he's waiting until the end of the war for that, but that's kind of painful. But misplay, and I don't think a misplay that's gonna hurt him very much because Uzbek looking like a very free game at the moment. He has all of Oirat, afterwards, which he allied, so the Chinese don't go into it. Manchu doesn't seem to be putting up much of a fight.
There's
The
a gold mine in Chagatai, which he also can take for some
Horsan
extra.
died. No one's pushing into Chelakatai. Limbu one is looking kind of decent, but I don't think Limbu one's going to be much of a competition for him. So Uzbek looking very free at the moment, unless Sweden, Poland, or someone pushes into him. I don't think Persia's going to bother him. After Muscovy is dead, his only real enemy is Manchu, and we'll get to Manchu in a moment. But just looking at it, I don't think Manchu is that big of a threat. Uzbek, by the way, played by Messis. I think that's his first game on the server, but he's a very good player and active in the EU4 community. We have Afghanistan next. Afghanistan had a player war with Sirhind, which he won.
I think we call that murder.
Yes.
Sirhin got jumped by Afghanistan in Mewar,
I see. And
and then
Mewar,
Limbo one started sneaking.
Mewar didn't participate in any battles actually.
Oh, didn't? Okay.
Afghanistan won, and he's looking very decent, and he has a very handsome flag, if I might add. I wonder who designed it. It was me. He went aristocratic as well, which I find kind of weird, but oh, he has 20 CCA from traditions, so I guess it does complement it, but he won't ever get Cossacks, so I don't know if aristocratic is the pick. I don't know if Mughals get even more CCA, I don't think they do. But he
I mean,
can-
even if they do, I don't think they'll ever stack up enough CCA that'll be worth it.
He can definitely form Mughals. Note that this isn't QQs. This is very far from being QQs in the actual save. I just integrated it for Persia formation to form. Wait, no, this is for Timurids. Where's the Mughals formation one?
He needs central
Yeah,
door.
I'm blind. He needs Delhi. Very stupid of me not to
He needs
see.
to
So
finish
he
scoring
needs,
Delhi, and
yeah.
he needs central Doab, and he can form Mughals.
Yeah, he just needs this, which is uncontested at the moment. So he gets a pretty free Mughals formation. Well, I mean, he had to kill Sirhind for it, but from now on it's free. Rolling a 3-star general, very nice. 24 income, very decent for Afghanistan. Good army quality-ish. The morale is a bit low, but 30 CCA in 1471 is very, very big. And yeah, he has majority cav now, but the army is just not that big overall. But if he went like a full cav stack, that would definitely be hurting in 1471. Plus, I'm pretty sure his cav bips are very decent at the moment.
Yeah, he gets 30% cavalry combat ability if he forms Mughals.
30 from ideas.
Yes, so it's
Wait,
actually pretty decent.
he'll have 40 CCA total. That's very good. That is very good. All right, let's take a look at Noir. Oh, one sec. Estates are fine. Okay, let's take a look at Noir. Noir estates are fine-ish. You want to fill out your slots, look at Mali, look at Congo, see what we advise. Pretty much the same here, even though you have them slightly differently. I would Hindu. I don't know if this one is good for quicker deities. I don't really play Hindu that often. I don't remember the last time I played Hindu. I imagine this one would be very good.
I mean, I don't think he's staying Hindu. He's probably going Sikh the moment he can.
Yeah, but either way, I would probably put expansion in zealotry because you're gonna be at war with infidels all the time. So yeah, pretty much the same shit we advise to everyone else. Fill them out, play the estates as much as you can because those benefits are big. You're not selling crown land at 20%. You should be, especially seeing as why is so he's. I thought Maratha was getting ganked. I guess he fought a very decent war, huh? They lost a lot of men. This Marathas put up a very good fight. I thought this went very differently looking from Kilwa because I didn't have much of an oversight, but Marathas put up a very good fight. I guess this war was very painful for Mewar, but he gets pretty good borders after this. So good shit for Mewar, I guess. Idea-wise, went plutocratic. I think that's a good pick for India because the goods produced are going to scale very well because he has a lot of very good goods in India. India is just like that. A lot of silk, a lot of cloth, a lot of copper, spices, whatever. So even though it's not a full milk group, the 10% is.
Did
It's
you
gonna
remove
make
the
up
gold
for it.
mine?
I didn't do anything. I didn't make the mud. It's copper now. So yes, it is removed. It,
Huh.
it might be an event or something. I really don't know. Look up the mod if you're interested. That's about it for Memoir. Murata's player left after the first rehost, so he
Yeah.
is dead, and this war is pretty much over. So there's nothing to really look at the war for, and nothing to look for at Murata's for. Just on first glance, looks like Murata's put up a very good fight, so good shit on that player's part. And I'm sorry you got ganked, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Or that's the way the cookie crumbles. I don't really know why Orisa didn't help you, because with the amount of pain you inflicted, I think if Orisa was on your side, you could have won this easily. Let's take a look at Madurai. Madurai is played by Leonhard, which is sort of a new player. He's learning very quickly.
Yeah, we would look at his estates.
He makes a lot of noob mistakes. Like look at this empty slot, garbage. Get good. Unused buttons. Click them. Okay. Click the buttons.
It's good.
Yes. The buttons are there to be clicked. Okay.
I'm looking
Um,
at the nation.
He
It's
is going to bankrupt. I don't know how Pog that is. It's very not Pog because he doesn't have an alliance with Orisa. I imagine Orisa looks at him as prey, and this is gonna be free shit when he goes bankrupt. So if Orisa has any ambition, and it doesn't look like Orisa has anyone to contest him, he's probably gonna go into Madurai. But knowing Leo, the new player he is, he can probably wiggle his way out of it and maybe even win during the bankruptcy because he does stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah, maybe get some sympathy points.
Yes, he went quality, which I think is an excellent pick. For no reason other than Leo picked it, so he's probably right, and I don't want to sound like an idiot. Um, and that's about it. I really didn't expect this Marathas war to be so painful on their side, because Marathas, I'm just gonna take a look for a sec. Marathas player kept saying that the country is very underpowered, but if he was able to put this much of a fight up, clearly not, because he made Madurai go bankrupt, and Mewar is in so much pain, and he's fighting a 1 versus 2. So Marathas definitely not underpowered, definitely not getting any buffs. Very decent country. Didn't fire any of his missions. MJL anti-Brahma. Okay, I might have fucked the missions up. Okay.
That's why they're
No.
underpowered.
Well, yeah, maybe that's a bit of a problem. I might have to fix the missions, but yeah. Anyway, let's not look at my fuck ups. Let's take a look at the Orisa instead. Orisa 26 income, just sitting here prospering. Not actual prosperity, which is kind of weird because he hasn't fought a single player war. You would expect all of this
yeah, but
to
he
be
doesn't have any. He doesn't have any forts to protect his land, so the AI just sieges everything.
sitting
No,
on.
it doesn't
No,
have
he's
the-
sitting on 0 stab, which is why. And I said earlier, stab doesn't really matter for most countries this early. For Orisa, it kind of does because you're not fighting anyone. You have a lot of good trade goods, and you get goods produced plus 15% from prosperity. So 100 and something admin for 15% goods produced on very good goods, like silk and shit. Like that's worth it, especially because this is not gonna get sieged. Again, you're not fighting anyone, and if you are gonna be fighting someone, you can afford to build like 2 forts. This fort is very stupid. Like this one is stupid. Fucking grasslands. Delete that. This one is fine, and build a proper fort line if you plan on fighting someone. This one is just draining money and not really doing anything because it's a shit fort. You have jungles and hills, like next province. Having a fort on grasslands is awful. Estate-wise, if you need to fix them, go look at Mali and Congo. I don't really want to dwell into estates too much. Autonomy looking decent, so you could probably go slightly below 10 to sell crown land, and I imagine you can build a couple of workshops with that, or not. You don't have the tech yet. So either way, you should save money because look at these workshops. Fucking 38, that's gonna be big. So save up money. You already built some of the temples, that's good. You can build some manpower, so definitely want to sell, get more ducats, scale better. Besides that, Orissa allied with Marathas and Limbo One. Marathas is now dead, so only real alliance is with Limbo One. They're probably gonna, I imagine. I don't really know how they're doing the split, but they have some sort of a border worked out. I think Orissa's just waiting to jump on Madurai or go east, because I heard that Indo-Chinese are very weak too. He went Pluto, which again I think is a good pick, because goods produced is pretty decent, and
Another trader.
yeah,
Can steal more.
it's a decent pick. Probably would have done better with an actual mill pick, so you can int and, because if you pushed really hard, you could own all of this.
Yeah, I mean India's
Because
not really
India's
a
very
region.
weak right now, so if you went like quantity, quality, offensive, some like actual mill group, you could push to own all of this. You're not gonna fall behind with this pick, but I don't think you can push for all of India. I don't think you have the strength for that.
Yeah.
Okay, tag LWA. Limbo 1 played by Flapster at 14.93 income. Sort of, well, very much my mistake. In the mod, Limbo 1 is balanced around the fact that his wool trade goods get province modifier that does +1 goods produced, which basically means that his wool is worth 5 gold apiece, double its current value. So that would increase his production significantly, and that is my fuck up, and I'm gonna try and save fix it somehow. I can't really edit the mod to compensate that, but we're gonna find a save fix, and that's why he's kind of behind on economy, because the entire country is balanced around that. But besides that, he seems to be doing decently, pushing into Tibet, and Can you form Tibet?
You don't want to farm it this early, because you want to farm Nepal before to save on culture
Yeah.
conversions. And
Need
the
to be-
Nepalese ideas are very good, but all the good parts of the ideas are shunted in the second half.
Yes.
Yeah, and you want Tibet later on for theocracy. Switch. But I think you need to be cultured. Tibetan culture.
He went offensive, which is going to complement really well with Nepalese ideas, and this is going to be a little powerhouse of a nation. He just needs a little more expansion to actually do something.
I mean, what usually nerfs Tibet, well, Nepal into Tibet, is that you're getting shit land. But since Sirkit died, and there's kind of a power vacuum, and he has been able to eat up most of Jampur.
Yeah, so he's gonna have decent land here. He has decent expansion opportunities everywhere. He can also go into Chagatai, although that's probably gonna piss off Uzbek. China probably looking like the best. Well, China and Indochina probably looking like the best ideas. Allied with Orissa and Mewar, so he's
To
very.
be fair, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if he pisses off Tibet. He pisses off Uzbek.
Uzbek is
Uzbek wants-
very strong. I would very
If
much
Uzbek
care.
wants to fight that war, that's going to be absolute hell for him.
Yeah, I suppose.
Pushing into Tibet is shit under normal circumstances. If you're getting minus 25% shock against fucking Nepal,
Yeah, that's gonna be awful. You're very right. So I mean,
honestly, if I'm Uzbek, just there's much better places to go. Just let him have Chagatai.
yes. That's about it to say for Limbo 1. Didn't really fight any player wars, no real player deploy except an alliance with Oirat, Orissa, and Mewar. And that would be it. Let's take a look at Tao Tungu. This is the new Ava tag. He pretty much got all of Burma. I'm pretty sure as these nations you're supposed to follow your mission trees a little more closely, because I think they're very overpowered. You don't really want to be conquering all of this without the permaclaims that they give. You get a bunch of bonuses, and I think you also get vassalization CBs somewhere. So he followed some of them. Yeah, he got permaclaims there. I imagine he did use the permaclaims there, so that's good. As far as the states go, merchants are set up improperly, but they can be fixed, fortunately, because the equilibrium is very good. So that's good, but not good at the same time. This looks like a decent pick. I didn't really see this policy before. I think this is added in the mod.
The tropical city planning is from 131.
Okay, cool.
for all the
So
Southeast Asia nations.
that's pretty good. I would definitely keep that. You have to remove the prestige or this one and or keep a spot open for indebted to burgers when you need it. Use your sale of titles and C's on cooldown. You don't need 25. You should stay around 10. Your autonomy is not very good actually. At 25, I would expect your autonomy to be lower. I don't know why. You can lower autonomy with the edict. Don't really know how that ticked up. I don't think this guy had any player boards, so I'm unsure what happened. But you can fix these estates. Again, look at what we suggested to Malik. This is very important, having these estates set up properly. As far as the religion goes, do you think this is a keeper or not? I don't really know much about this religion.
Buddhism is actually really good in this part of the world because of all the monuments you get.
Mm-hmm.
And if he becomes a theocracy, he can get the Buddhist, the integration of the Sohai one, which gives him ICA and discipline. But well, then that's kind of the issue with the kind of Ava pick, which is that if you're Ava, you have to fight somebody. You have to go and kill somebody.
Well, you have
Because
to do that with everyone.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to majorly go into that because you have to either fight a Khmer for Siam, which is probably what you should do,
Yeah.
or fight to form Bengal.
I would definitely suggest going into Khmer instead, because we looked at the Indians, and the Indians looked a lot stronger. He's allied with Manchu and Pasai and AI. I do think he's planning into going into Khmer, and you two kind of have to fight it out, because whoever consolidates this is going to be way stronger. Because this is kind of a mega region when you form Siam. It's a very
He really needs to drop Manchu. That alliance is doing nothing for him.
yeah, that's a waste. Maybe LIU and Gank Khmer. That might be an
Yeah,
option.
promise you massive.
Explo is an awful pick.
He hasn't spent anything on it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You immediately want to drop this and go for a mill idea group. As far as which mill idea group,
Although, to be fair, I've just realized we don't have horde ideas.
yeah, no.
So actually, Siam is going to be a lot weaker than.
Which idea group he should go is a little debatable. He has 20 CCA, which is very good. He's lacking morale, discipline, ICA, so he definitely has to go like defensive, maybe even Pluto. I would say.
I would say Pluto because one of the problems of going a full cav army, especially in Southeast Asia, is that it's really expensive.
Yeah, I would say Pluto would probably be a decent pick here. And I think you also have some decent trade goods here. You definitely do. You have very decent trade goods available. So Pluto seems like a good pick for you. Drop the exploration thing. You're not gonna fucking colonize anything. Like, that's not gonna happen.
Especially not with Pasay and Brunei right there, you know.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. Hire advisors. Like I said to everyone else, you need to maintain advisors at all times. You're gonna be filling out the mill idea group. Switch to mill focus. Hire a level 2 mill advisor. Hire a level 1 or a level 2 if you can afford it. Admin advisor. It doesn't look like you can, so probably go for the prestige one, because your prestige is pretty low. And lower armor maintenance, and you're almost making money. I'm pretty sure you can make money. Your navy maintenance is at 0.58. You don't really need the navy. You could mothball them or delete them. You're not going to use them for anything ever. Well, not anytime soon. And you're probably going to have to int Khmer whoever gets I think whoever gets to the morale pick first should declare, and he has a very big advantage. Although you also have a decent amount of AI to eat in the way still. So eat AI and go after Khmer. Try and diplo some people that are a little more relevant. The Pasai alliance is very good because it looks like Pasai is going to win the Indonesia thing. Just from the first look, I'll check it out more detail in a second.
Recommendations. I'm looking at Khmer at the moment. If you want to kill Khmer, I would go with. You have to go heavy on the cavalry because Khmer doesn't get bonuses to cavalry, but he does get morale of armies.
And the thing is, you can do that. Sell titles, seize land, optimize your estates. When you get the border with Khmer, literally go full loans and just int. And or maybe not, because then you die to your neighbors. But you get what I'm saying. Don't sit at 11 out of 26 force limit. Build up some cav because your cav is very strong. 20% in 1471 is very decent, and you can do good shit. Another advice I want to give to players playing this region, India, whatever. You want to be conservative with manpower early on because all of this gives a lot of attrition and your manpower gain is very shit. So what I normally do playing in this region is I immediately full consolidate manpower regiments as soon as they take damage and I hire mercs. Like Free Company, Grand
Yeah.
Company even. Like if you look
mean,
at them, they're
to be
they're
fair,
not they're not that much more expensive than regular units. And if you need them to farm AI, you use them to farm AI. And they're better than using your manpower to siege down provinces that are going to cost you 20 manpower per siege. Another note: fix your PP. It's awful. Ayatuya is all your insults are off cooldown. 50 PP gives you 3 mana per month. That is insane. It adds up to so much. So Scornful Insult 1. Who the fuck is this? Tongo, aren't you fucking? No, I'm looking at Ayatuya. Stupid. Bengal, send them an insult, then embargo all of them, and send privateers to Siam. And that's gonna fix your PP. I'm pretty sure you're probably also gonna need a war. This one, it looks. Oh, they have a lot of allies here, don't they? Pretty sure you can get an easy war with Bengal. Get the war with Bengal for show strength. That gives you 100 each mana category, which is again insane. New players especially, underestimate how important farming PP is and show strength, because you're not going to be expanding here, but you don't have a truce with them, and you can easily roll them. So declare, show strength, that's 100 mana each, plus PP, that's going to add up to a lot. So do that and you're good. And then you're probably going to have to aim to kill Khmer. Diplo the Indians so they don't tint you, try and ally you, and you're good. Pasai. Pasai looking very big at 26.
Actually, I would suggest going Khmer first and then going Pasai, because Pasai and Brunei are very much an item at the moment.
Okay. Khmer. Khmer is doing income is worse than Tongu. Force limit is marginally better.
He's completely out of manpower.
No advisors running, completely out of manpower. That's another misplay that I just mentioned. You want to use mercs here from.
No privileges.
Yeah, you want to use. No privileges. This is played by.
Cat Company. He's a new player also.
Okay, so yeah, you want to fix your. You want to use your estates to the fullest. That's.
Wait, he's vassalized Ava.
He's vassalized who?
Ava.
You sure? Tonkin, that's.
No, that might be a bug.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
You just have Tonkin for me.
Okay, then it's.
Allied with
There must be
Pasai
Tonkin.
is the only player ally, so Pasai is allied to both of them, just keeping the peace in the north, I see, which is probably smart for Pasai. You want to fix your states. Look up what we said to Mali. Look at what we said to Congo. This is a very good one. You can't overlook these. A lot of new players, or especially players that are coming back from like a couple patches ago when the estates were different, overlook the estates because they don't think they matter, but they really do. At least your PP is above 50, which is great, and keep it there. You want to make sure you're doing everything you can to keep it there. This is one of the most important things you can do passively when you're at peace, is keep your PP at 50, because it's equal to having an advisor, which you also don't have. But I sort of understand that because your economy is trash. That can again be fixed with the sale of titles. It's going to give you 181 ducats, which you can use to pay off your loans. All you need to do is kill these rebels, and as soon as your army is there, that should be easy. When your army is there, kills the rebels, sell titles, seize land, or you won't be able to because they're low. You can sell titles still, don't seize land yet.
Little heads up.
Yeah.
Little heads up. When you control so little of your home node, it's better to just collect on the other ones instead of transferring trade.
That is very true.
You're going to lose most of what you transfer.
That can also fix your economy somewhat as well. So collecting canton as well. You have inferior unit types. That doesn't really matter. It's actually a play. I don't know if it was doing that on purpose or not. But if you have a cav as an older unit type and you're not using any cav in your army, It's good because the rebels spawn with outdated units.
Yes, but then you are a massive retard and forget about it when you're trying to int Kashmak.
And yes.
I am only slightly angry about that one.
But anyway, I think that's about it for Khmer. You should also watch the Tongo part and the Mali part for advice, because I don't really want to repeat the same thing for a lot of people. On that note that I talked to Tongo, you also want to seek out allies. Just being allied to Pasai is not enough. The Pasai alliance is not really doing anything for you. He's not gonna int you if he's already like at odds with Brunei. You probably want to talk to the Chinese as much as possible. Ally someone around you so you can't int you, and
Oh, the Indians.
or try and ally you or ally Indians against Tongo.
I mean, the alliances are probably
Yeah.
something like Orissa and Yi or Limbuwan and Yi.
The alliances here are awful, so you both need to fix them, and you both need to fix your estates. But the countries are recoverable, and whoever wins this region is going to be very strong. So keep that in mind. On top of that, I don't really know if there's anything else to say. You can also stab up and start getting some prosperity. Remove the very little or what's it fucking called? Devastation you have here, either with a fort or with one dev click, and start getting prosperity. Don't dev before putting this edict on or policy, because it saves you mana points. Also, mail focus while you're filling out the idea. That's it. Pasai and Brunei, the two Malaysians at odds with each other.
Yes.
They are currently at war. The war started pretty much as the session started. Pasai has a way larger navy, double the galleys, which are really what wins the wars here. He also built two heavies, which I would say is a misplay, but it doesn't really matter.
You can also pop a mission for 20% cavalry compatibility.
Galley compatibility, I mean. I
Yes.
thought you said cavalry.
Sorry.
Yeah, so this definitely wins you the navy war, which is the entire war here. You are attacking, which is good.
I mean, the problem there is look at what the war goal is.
War goal is Sambas. What is Sambas?
It's a province, the gold province. No, it's not. It's one next to the gold
I
province
see.
of Brunei.
Yeah,
And
that's
Brunei can definitively defend that province.
That's an awful war goal. So you're gonna have a problem with that. If you selected this as a this is Malacca, my bad. If you selected one of these as a war goal, you would have had a way easier time. This is a problem. I don't think you're gonna be able to land even with your naval superiority, because it looks like the army game is 1-to-1. I mean, we'll look at Brunei in a moment and see how he's doing with money.
I think Brunei has a better army.
But yeah, that is a misplay. So you know, if you get to redo this in like 10 years, if you sign a white piece or something, you definitely want to do that better. Estates
The
seem to
problem
be
is
doing.
they're kind of on a clock because I don't know what the situation with Wu and Yue is, but Wu is a naval tag and might be looking to come south.
And is allied to you, so yeah, definitely.
So Brunei's days are
Although
numbered.
Wu went offensive, so I don't know. We'll look at Wu in a bit. Either way, Pasai.
Aside doesn't have mill estate.
Pasai didn't pick an idea group yet. Is not running a dip advisor for some
Yep.
reason. Run a dip advisor.
Look at estate.
Your estates are
Look
awful.
at mill.
You
Mill.
need mill points. You need dip points. You're not running either. This is the first thing you do when the game starts. You put all 3 points on them, then you dev like twice and sell titles, and then you seize. So you're at like 4% crown land at the start of the game. That way you're generating mana from the start, plus you get the cash. If you don't do it at the start and you need to do it now, you need to do it as soon as possible, because every month that goes by that you're not generating this mana, you're losing overall. You want to pretty much do them immediately, depending on your autonomy situation, which is not great but not awful. So I would do them immediately. Your gold mine is very low autonomy, which is the most important thing. Now, because the autonomy is going to be kicking up after this, maybe give it edict. Oh, you already do have it. So that's going to be a problem if you stay in the war for too long. So if you plan on staying in the war for too long, don't do it immediately. Wait for a seize. Or wait till you can dev it up, but you want to get the mill and the dip points as soon as possible.
Yeah. It's got it, and he's late on getting his ideas. So
Yeah,
it's
because again, not generating mana properly is a misplay a lot of new
rough.
players do, because you don't really need to pay attention to it as much in single player. But you learn, and there's not, like, people will find that there is not that much to learn before you start playing properly. Another thing that you need to learn is PP um, management. You have one rival, you need to have 3 rivals, and if you declared war on Brunei, you need to rival him ahead of time, because while you're at war with rival and after you win the war with the rival, you get a lot of PP, and you get bonuses, I think, while you're fighting them too. I'm not 100% of that, but whatever. Either way, send insult to Brunei. I don't think, yeah, you don't have that, so you can send scornful insult to Brunei, and
He
give
can't
60
because
PP.
he's at war with.
Not Brunei, Ayatuya. Sorry, my bad.
Ah.
Send scornful insult to Ayatuya, and then you'll be at 60, so you'll be safe for now. And as soon as you're out of the war, set 2 more rivals, and then send an insult to them, and embargo all 3, and start pirating as well. That's it for Pasai. Let's take a look at Brunei. Who played Brunei in the end? We had
We had a sub for the entirety of the game, I think.
right. And who was on it originally?
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor was on it
But he
originally, and
couldn't
then we
make it.
have Kekasurus.
The nice guy who's a Russian.
Yes, the nice Russian, the nice Russian gentleman who played his estates properly, and I'm very happy to see it. 7%.
There was a weird thing going on where they were allied to each other for basically the entire game.
40% autonomy is not that great though. Gold mine is 60% autonomy, so that's not great. You want to fix that as soon as possible. Give it the edict. A lot of people don't see the edict because it's buffed in the mod. Usually it's kind of trivial, but 0.075 is very decent. So do that. If you're struggling on money, also use the fight interaction, but I don't think you are. Although,
I think I remember a comment. He didn't realize his crownland was this low, and it crept up on him. I think.
fair enough. But you can also dev it up. You don't need to dip up. The next dip tech doesn't do much. The next admin tech is very far away. So dev up to 10 immediately.
Yeah.
And
One of his big problems is that he cannot pop the mission for 20% galley combat ability, which his opponent can, and his fleet is about to get majorly kicked.
oof, yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's the problem. You want to start building galleys everywhere, as many as you can, to try and have a fighting chance in the war.
And try to retreat as fast as you possibly. Oh, he's already trying to, but he's gonna get caught.
Yeah,
he's
gonna get caught for sure.
also
But
recommendation.
I don't think he's gonna get wiped here because of the admiral. And
when he tries to retreat from the fight, do not retreat into Banten because you're gonna get caught again. Retreat into
retreat into Brunei proper.
Into proper because they're just the ships are going to get the retreat for free. They're not going to get intercepted on the way.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think Brunei has to try and diplo out of this. I think this war is fucked because he just has so many more galleys than you. I think Brunei player played a lot better than Pasai, and the only thing that he fucked up is the navy. I didn't think he thought that Pasai had this many ships, and you should really check that before you start, especially because you have access to all his posts.
I think the one thing that's absolutely fucking him over is the autonomy, because the autonomy means his naval force limit is lower. It means his money is.
So, like I said, you want to try and piece out of this if possible. See if you can concede. This is Java, I think, right? Yeah. See if you can concede Java to him. You're still gonna outscale him, I think, because you're just playing so much better. He's just not playing very well. So even if he has a lot better dev than you, if you give him Java, I guarantee you're gonna outscale him, and be able to beat him in the next war. I think that's the best play for you. That's it for Brunei. Let's look at the Chinese now. We're gonna start with Shun. Whew, getting tired. Shun misplaying estates as well. Look at Mali, look at Congo, fix them, use your buttons, add more privileges. You want to use the estates to the fullest. You're missing out on bonuses.
Shun is really late on admin tech.
What do you mean? He's tech 6?
He's okay. My game is super bugged.
He's Tech 6. He's almost finished Pluto. He's actually doing pretty well. Although I don't know. I don't know if I would have picked Pluto, but decent pick, I guess. Too late to switch now, either way. Shun normally goes hard into the hordes, which he hasn't done. I don't know why. The aggressive expansion here isn't as big as in China, and the trick is you build the fort on your mountain, which is...
Oh, yeah, he's allied to Uzbek. What about Chagatai? Chagatai isn't.
Yeah, I would have gone into one of them either way. I don't think Uzbek is going to fight you while he's death warring Muscovy. And you're also allied with Manchu, so you can both do it. And yeah, hordes are not that hard to beat, even if, like, I mean, it's fucking AI. And you can bait them into mountains. I thought he has a fucking mountain fort somewhere. I guess I'm wrong. This is really shit fort locations. Either way, beat the hordes, push there while pushing into China, because the aggressive expansion is separate. So you're not going to get coalitioned, and either
I mean,
way,
honestly,
there's not
might
that
be
many, there's not that much AI left to get coalitioned anyway.
Yeah, it's probably worth to try and snipe the gold mine in Chagatai if nobody's going for it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think he has that much competition. Number one is pretty much the same strength as him, so he could go for that. The only problem is the big scary Uzbek, of course. What else is there to say about this country? He has advisor hired, which is after the last couple. Very, very good. Very proud of you.
Low standards, eh?
Allied with Manchu, Yi, and Qi. Xi seems in a horrible fucking isolated position. Oh, never mind. They're all kind of allied to each other by proxy. That's how China.
That's not gonna last. That cannot last.
Yeah, that's how China usually goes. Everyone's friends, and then it just like kind of explodes into a free for all. Anyway, that's about it for Shun. Very short overlook. We'll take a look at Yi. I am very surprised that no one in China died. Usually we have like at least 2 Chinese die in session 1. Very, very surprised. Yi, 18.6 income, very decent for this region. This is the weakest economical region in China, so that he's doing decently there. Running the estates proper-ish. Again, you can use this button. I'm sure there's something decent here, like, you know, morale, because I'm pretty sure you can get morale from someone. Yeah, here, you can attack Chang, and you get morale. Easy as that. So if you get dented by a player, you deck on Chang as well, and you get the morale, even if the player is the same religion as you. So you want to use the button. PP management is good. Using insults, so good shit. Who's playing this? This played by Bora. I don't need to explain the basics to Bora. Well, let's see what he did then. I don't really know what to say except give advice here, because not much is happening in China. I think Yi expanded quite decently though. Yi starts very small, and expanded a decent amount, almost as much as you. So very good expansion. Consolidated his node-ish. He has
Well, he did about as much as he can.
very low. I thought they would be higher with 3 of the centers of trade, but autonomy on them is very high. Autonomy overall is very high. I guess when that goes down, he's gonna scale a little better.
There's also metric shit tons of small tags going all around, so.
Yeah.
What about the gold mine? Isn't that nearby?
I don't think there's a gold mine here.
I don't think there is a gold mine by here.
Nope. There
No, there is no gold mine in China.
no gold mines in China.
Hmm.
That's about it for you. Not much to say after session 1. No player wars. Nothing really happened in China except for a regular expansion. So I'll only try and brush over the ones that really need advice, and I don't think Bora does. Bora, even though he calls himself a bad player, knows the basics
Oh,
at least.
he's about to make a lot more money though, because there's the commander in South China,
Yeah.
in Yunnan, which is Gems province with 8 production and extra trade power.
I have no idea where Yunnan is, but I'll believe you on that.
It's one of the trade provinces, one of the trade centers. He's just scoring it now.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's gonna help his income significantly, and it also gives him. That's nice. All right. Shun, or no, sorry, Yu. Yu is played by Kenosh, who also knows what he's doing. So I'm not gonna. Yeah, estates are played properly. Yu is looking very strong. Autonomy is a little high, but that's usually what happens when you expand this quickly.
He has a idea set, which is kind of a weird thing to see in Asia.
Not really. Chinese have a very easy time with or with show strengths and shit because they can rival everyone around them. Like the Chinese have so much mana generation early game, it's stupid. He finished quality, which is a good pick for him, I think. He is allied with Yi and Wu, and rivaled with Brunei or Rissa. No real rivals. I don't really know what his expansion plan is.
I imagine North.
I wouldn't say so. I hate to break it to the Indo-Chinese, but
You think he's not gonna try and
I think
invade?
I think they're very easy targets for you right now because you looks very strong and they look very weak. I
Yeah,
don't,
I think Siam is a pretty good.
I definitely don't think he would. I mean, we'll look at Xi in a moment, but Xi is played by Tay, so I don't imagine Xi is a very easy target, even though he could gank him with his two allies. But Xi's also allied with both of them, so yeah, I don't think they're gonna gank him. Let's take a look at Wu. Wu is played by Quiston. He is new. He has a Thursday game tag. I think he played a colony there. I'm not sure. Either way, Wu didn't really expand much. I'm not really sure what the game plan here is. Seems to have gotten cucked by you, conceding a lot of his trade node. Normally the Chinese, like when they make their initial deals, it's like, okay, stick to your trade node and we'll be allied, and then they boogaloo later.
He's not a,
But
well, he hasn't lost any.
Wu,
He hasn't lost any trade center.
he did to Qi, and he did to Xi. And
Oh yeah, he's allied to Key, right?
no, he's not allied. He's allied to Xi. He's
He's
not.
allied to Xi. Yeah, and
yeah.
Xi has taken a lot of important.
So Wu kind of playing it weird. Power projection not very good. Not using insults, so it could be fixed. His only rival is Manchu. You can scornful insult, and now you're generating 3 more mana. It's that easy. It's just that easy. Estates looking decent. Can still get a little more use out of them. Manpower or general. Probably can't get the morale as Wu because I don't think there's anyone you can fight of a different religion here without no CBing. So, but you can still probably get loyalty equilibrium further up and get some bonuses. I think you get taxes, which is very decent in China, seeing as taxes are the majority of your income, which is not very large to begin with. So it seems like you should optimize that. And another thing you should do is lower maintenance when at peace. And when the rebels are this high, provoke them all. Like do a rebel cycle where you provoke them, go to the next one, provoke them, and then lower maintenance. It's a lot more effective than just waiting for them to happen. That would be it for Wu. Nothing really happened here either, so nothing to look at. Xi, played by Tay. Very, very good player. I can see he did his estates clicks correctly. I'm very proud. He went for offensive, which I think is an excellent pick. Xi also gets ICA as a starter, gets morale in his first pick. Xi is a very, very strong Chinese tag. I think he's the strongest purely because of the economy, but Xi also has a decent economy. So if Xi wasn't this boxed in by alliances, I think he would have a fairly easy time, like rolling China right now. But the alliances are just kind of creating a status quo. Out of all the alliances, it seems like Shun is sort of... Nah, he's also allied. There's really no telling what's going to happen here because they're all kind of allied to each other by proxy. Everyone has...
Something will happen and it will
something is guaranteed to happen, but they all have 3 Chinese allies. So there's no way to say what will happen, what the alliances will look like. Like I can talk about what logically they should be, but people don't always go that route.
To be fair, if things freeze out and they don't kill each other, she is fucking boned. He has nowhere to go. So he's going to try to work. What I imagine will happen is she will try to convince Manchu to go into China.
Probably. And then go into Key, I don't really know.
Because something needs to give in that China. Because otherwise, Qi and Wu have nowhere to go.
Yeah. Something has to happen, obviously. Otherwise, they're all kind of stuck. Let's take a look at Key.
Japan, for me, it's fantastic if China does nothing, but
They have to. I mean, Yu, Yi, Shun have expansion potential. Qi, Wu, and Xi are kind of boxed in, so I don't really know what's gonna happen. I think it's like in Yu, it's an intention to maintain the status quo because he's gonna scale the best. So if he manages to keep them from fighting each other, he's gonna scale, and they're all kind of just gonna stay there, and then he can roll them later. But I don't know if he can just play them that well. That would be some very good diplomacy to keep them from killing each other.
Okay, then next is Key, I think.
1 second, I'm just handling some work stuff. I've been away for too long.
Man, I really wanted to make a joke when he said you.
You miss it. You missed it. Unfortunate.
I really did.
All right. Key is missing cultures, which I don't think you should be. You're not really going to be empire anytime soon, especially in China. So the 22% culture is pretty significant. Key is played by Burn Him Down. He has a Thursday tag. I don't really know when he played. He's in a bunch of other servers. I'm gonna assume he's decent. He's handling his estates decently. It looks like he knows what he's doing.
Defensive.
His economy is the best in Asia. I imagine he went defensive purely. Oh no, he's allied to Manchu. They're making a new meta. Key Manchu alliance. I see. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird.
He went defensive to stack the shock damage received. He will be he's a minus 30% shock damage received.
That is really big. That is a very good pick.
And he gets morale and he gets ICA. Holy shit, that's going to be.
Yeah, I said Key's probably going to be the strongest in China, although his scaling potential is just gone. Like, he has a couple more Mariners he can eat, but then it's fight Xi or fight Manchu, and he's allied to both of them, or fight Wu, and he's allied to Wu as well by proxy, I think.
Yeah, he really needs to fight somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, when he does fight somebody, it's going to be bloody, but.
Yeah, but he's probably going to come out on top because how strong he is. I think this is the strongest Asian at the moment. The strongest Asian after next session is probably going to be Yu, just because of how much he can scale, and the rest of them are kind of slowing down.
If he fights Manchu, he's got a next clave in Shenyang, in the commandery. Which, I mean, I understand why he has that province, but it means that in the case of a war, he has to go look for it if Manchu is the one attacking.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's a really easy war goal.
Yeah, but also he gets plenty of warning because Manchu has to break alliance, wait out the truce, all that stuff. Plus, Manchu then push for the mountains, so I don't know if Manchu really wants to fight him here. Although he didn't take the mountains either. No one took the mountains.
So flatlands, it's fantastic land for Manchu to fight in.
No, I mean here, but I mean he can get the war goal, but he can't really push in because he doesn't have these mountain forts. Normally, that's what Manchu wants to do in this China. Is just that's like one of your first wars is just snake to these mountain provinces to deny them from Key.
Okay.
Anyway, let's take a look at the very next to last one, Manchu. Manchu played by Lord Cook, who is new to the server, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Manchu, most manpower in the game. Surprisingly high income, yeah. Went quantity, great pick for Manchu, I think, because his manpower is just absurd, and this is gonna make it more absurd. And his ideas aren't half bad, so he can maintain quantity and get away with it. But he's gonna definitely have to use it in a player war to get the benefit out of it. Otherwise, he's gonna get outscaled so hard. He's probably sorry.
His gold mine. He has to culture convert his gold mine and dev it a bit more.
Where is his gold mine?
It's Buryatia to the north.
This one? On
Yeah.
goal? Yes, I would definitely dev it to. This is the right religion. Definitely dev it to at least 10, maybe even 13. because that's gonna carry your income so hard. The autonomy on it is decent. You can lower it further with the edict, and overall, you ate Korea, which is very good for you. It's probably gonna piss off Japan, because that is a Nippon in this mod. But I don't think Japan can fight you at the moment.
Not much Japan can do.
Yeah, Japan can't really
Especially
fight you at the moment. So good shit on Manchu's part. Rivaled with Wu out of all players, so not really a real rivalry. Allied with Tongu, which is again the weirdest shit ever. That's like fucking Mamluks and England being allied. It just makes no sense at all. Shun and Ki kind of make sense. I don't really know why the Ki alliance usually these two int each other, but I guess you don't have to do it. But if you're not doing it, you want to push it to the hordes quicker, and you're not doing that. You could have taken a lot more by now, and I don't know why you didn't. You want to expand as a horde like quickly, because you're gonna fall off a cliff like scale wise.
Look at his religion.
Sorry.
Look at his religion. That's really bad.
Think we confused or what?
Yeah, he's gone syncretic confusion, which is absolute garbage.
Yeah,
You
it should have been
to-
Can't
Tengu
you
Tengu.
take syncretic tangri for calf compatibility?
you don't get half compatibility, but you get minus 20% regiment cost.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's pretty big. So can you switch that? I don't.
Yeah, it's just click of a button.
It's not allowing me, but whatever. Switch that when you
Ah.
can.
And you
You-
get +1 horde unity, which is not
So
fantastic.
you,
but
you need to look at what Uzbek is doing basically and get what I'm saying. As a horde, you need to be a little more aggressive and keep expanding. I could be wrong, but I feel like you could have taken more here by now. Probably try and our ally to Shun, make a deal to push west together, because you'll need to fight Uzbek or in Key, but I don't think that's happening because you're allied. You can't go into Japan. That's not gonna happen. So you
I mean,
you need to go you need to go somewhere or you'll die.
The corpses of your horses, basically.
Japan fighting Rokyu at the moment. Ryukyu. 20 income, pretty decent for Japan. Completely unified. Ainu are still alive, but they're not really Japanese, so it doesn't count. What do I need to look at? Vent exploration, which is a very good idea. I don't know. These are
the Japanese ideas in the.
which seem to be decent for going colonial.
Yeah, they're okay. I made a mistake. I should have gone to kill Ainu immediately.
Why is that?
I actually should have tried to kill Ainu before I even finished unifying the island, because that would have given me the Kuril Islands for free, which would have allowed me to get Kamchadals. And then I could just use that as a jumping off point to go to the new world, instead of being kind of stuck as I am right now.
Yes, that seems like it would have been better. Are you colonizing anything at the moment?
Not at the
no.
moment, no.
Are you in the Pacific? Oh, you can't reach it. That is very far. Jesus, I thought. Are the trade winds in this mod? Oh, no way. I didn't add the trade winds. That's bullshit. Well,
Yeah, so I have to go the long way around through Siberia.
You can't even reach these. Fuck.
Yep.
Well,
I was tempted. I was actually memeing Brunei at the end, saying I was going to go into him because I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
well,
I feel bad that I didn't fix that, because I feel like trade winds are essential here, because Pacific is so big. Look at the size of that compared to the Atlantic. Like, it's 3 times the size. And yeah, I feel like not adding trade winds here really cucks you, and my bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
But
to add them.
Sorry?
Feel free to add them if you want to give me a buff.
I really want to change the check.
I don't think it's justified though.
Yeah, not really. But
are
yeah,
really strong.
Japan doing overall pretty good. Just
Plus,
going.
the Japanese gold mines are gonna spawn in a couple of years, I think.
Nice. So that's going to help your colonies at the same time. Looks like the colonial game will be really contested this season. We're going to
I
have
think
Mali, Japan. We're going to have England. We're going to have Portugal. We're going to have Kilwa owning everything. Yeah, it'll be crazy.
I was also thinking that the naval game in the Pacific was going to be really hot, but one of the Brunei and Pasai are trying to kill each other very soon, and Wu doesn't seem to be going naval.
Yeah, Wu went offensive, which is kind of weird. I thought Wu would go naval.
I mean,
But
I'm not gonna complain if I've got less competition, you know.
yeah, for sure. But anyway, I'm gonna have to wrap it up here. I have to go and do some work. So thank you guys for participating, and I'll see you next week.